don't need to buy one. I've got before.
Oh, that's right. Let's use one of your cameras.
Yeah.
That you've already got. To look at our crotches.
It's just that the way they crotches.
Crotches.
Crotches. Do you want
Crotches.
There you go, guys.
Oh my god. It's the super special. The specialist. All the specialist Saturday.
Is it the specialist?
The most. Leave that there. I'll leave that right in the middle. It's a very special Saturday.
Is it?
Yep. It's the Saturday when we do the show.
Oh shit!
And every show is special because we're all still alive.
Yeah. We somehow made it.
Yeah.
Boys.
Cheers.
It's 2021 and we're not dead.
It's the inaugural, the first episode of the second season.
Hey Tara.
The second season of the deadliest show on TV. Even though we're not deadly and we're not on TV.
How is our audio, by the way? Are we palatable?
Oh,
That did not sound like you were
God.
enjoying that wine.
Chardonnay is disgusting.
Chardonnay's not bad. It's just sounds good. Okay. Yeah, we just have to. I'm constantly worrying because So I've heard. Ever see the issue I'm combating with the other streams in regards to audio?
Uh-huh.
I heard it's not specific OBS. It could be PC wide. So
All right, so it's just
I've still got I've got a little bit of the fear in me. The fear.
Afraid of someone de-pantsing you in public.
That's a pretty good fear to
The
have.
fear of having to do your own taxes,
That's pretty terrifying.
and then the fear of audio issues.
For a podcast,
the
it's
three
fucking
big fears
terrifying, yeah.
in life. No, it's
Imagine
just not
you-
just for people who do podcasts. That's for everyone.
But imagine you were doing your taxes
On stream,
on stream
Yeah.
and your audio goes, and as you're trying to fix it, someone depasses you.
I think I would just shit myself.
That is a
Shit
trip.
myself.
That's a triple. That's a trifecta of fury.
That's a scary.
You should have you were very kind to give me wine last night. You should have given me the Chardonnay, and you could have had the amazing Shiraz.
Yeah, like that red. That was a lovely red. But
that was a great red.
But I wasn't going to take it off you and stop you drinking it after you'd already started drinking it. I'm not a monster.
I know you're not a monster, but I'm just saying going forward, like if you got Chardonnay,
If I ever
send
get
it my way.
if I ever get that red wine again, you'll never see it.
Yeah, you just be like, just never see me again.
All mine.
Just like
my
Maddie
red
McCann,
wine.
we'll never see it again.
Just like her. I'd fuck off to Spain or wherever.
I think it's Portugal.
I'd fuck off to Portugal and buy wine and just stay there.
Just stay.
Portugal's probably
Portugal's probably a beautiful place. I've never
except
been.
for, British parents killing their children and then blaming it on the locals.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the podcast or really want to talk about the idea of killing.
This is not a Madeline McCann theory.
Are we just going to go to
podcast.
the Madeline McCann cast?
The McCann cast?
The McCann cast?
That's us.
Let us-
We're now the Maddie McCann cast. The parents did it. End of.
It's like, fuck those guys.
Those negligent middle class English parents
Those
were responsible for
monsters.
their daughter dying and then sold it,
they
just-
made
made a fortune
They
out of
made-
the story.
you and Tara kind of laughed at my use of incontinent yesterday. They got incontinently rich over that whole thing.
They did.
Like,
they did.
they-
And that's why they done it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they could shit money.
They were like, right, let's make lemonade out of these lemons. The lemon being the fact that they had killed their daughter. And they made that lemonade. They got that lemonade because they're now rich. Even though everyone thinks that they are responsible for it.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
That's one way of. Yeah. That wasn't me like wincing because the whiskey tasted bad. That was just that hot take I was trying to
The
ingest.
harsh truth.
The harsh truth. I wish Billy would be here right now. He'd be singing our Truth's intro. Every time he comes into the stream,
like
he does that.
The little like.
He asks me, "What's up? What's up?
What's up?
He asked if he can feed me.
Ask Maddie McCann what's up.
Ask me.
Her parents' bank accounts. That's what's up.
Yeah,
It's gone.
we're gonna have to like do what we did last week and cut out our whole preamble, just
Yeah,
because of the
I have
the
a funny
awful
feeling
things we're saying.
at one point, like in a couple of months from now, these are probably going to be like played back in some kind of court
Oh yeah, definitely.
for
Definitely.
plagiarism or just vaguely offensive
Yeah,
stuff.
I think it'll be just liable.
Yeah,
They're
like,
just
yeah,
literally
yeah.
liable.
Yeah, like her parents are probably like watching the stream right now, being like, "Get that? You recording this? Do you see
Like,
what they said
I
about
just
us?"
came for hot takes on the
Yeah.
video game world, and now I've got hot take on my dead child I profited off.
The injustices in the world.
Open cock. How do you open a cock? Oh, like sounding? You mean like putting a wee tube down my penis?
Like a catheter?
No. Like, you ever heard sounding? It's pretty terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not something I want to do.
I would rather go in through the back, not in through the front.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But like, it's about going into you, not you going into it. Sounding's kind of terrifying. No, do you know what sounding is? You clearly don't know what
Yeah,
this
you're
is.
like...
Yeah, right in
But
your
like,
pee-pee.
But I mean, like, you're still kind of going
It's a little
into...
metal bar goes
like
right in that
it's
pee-pee.
in you and you're in it.
I mean, how are you in it?
Because you urinate.
It doesn't go inside it though, right? Wait, do they have...
I don't know.
I'm not...
I thought that was a clever pun.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how we managed to go from, like, Manny McCann's
To
profit...
Having a big piss.
profiteering from Manny McCann to sounding, but we did.
Cramming things up your pee hole.
And cram it just in the pee hole.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest, this is a gaming podcast, and we're talking about Madeline McCann and things going up in your dick, into your dick.
Yeah, I mean, we set the standard
Yeah.
for the best gaming podcast produced out of Northern Ireland.
Absolutely, because I'm pretty sure we're the only one.
Because I don't know any other ones.
I think we might be the only one. I don't know.
This is the problem, right? What the fuck have I walked into?
We're talking about penises and Madeline McCann. Not in the same, not literally penises in Madeline McCann, just penises and Madeline McCann, not in the same story. Two completely separate stories. Just to get that right for the record. For the quotes that will come later.
Yeah, so I'm so totally like doing what we done last week, and I'm gonna bring up the intro
Just get
screen
this
and bring
right
and then cutting the
You know,
preamble out.
we were talking last night about we have to do like an intro trailer to what this podcast is. I think it just should be clips of all the intros.
Yeah.
And that'll do it.
Yeah, like that, I think that would work. I was about to die there. I wasn't. That's twice in one day. I've like almost died.
What happened earlier on?
I done one of the side missions in Yakuza, or not the side missions. Ever seen like the third game and the fourth game where you can capture a moment in time with the camera? I done the first one,
Right.
and it was fucking hilarious. It almost killed me. I don't want to say specifically what happened, but it's one of those ones where it went very Yakuza on me.
Right.
And then I done it the second one, and it was hilarious because it went very Yakuza on me. So like I almost ruptured my spleen earlier when I was doing the first stream today, and so that was pretty fucking funny. And then you come off with oh no, goddamn! I'm gonna have to delete that clip if I think it is what it is.
Nah, it's fine. Just leave it. It's fine.
I said it's fine until it gets brought up, until it legit gets brought up.
I'm the one who
against us.
said it. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
I will let it live
You'll let it live.
until I watch it and see exactly what it was, and then I'll delete it.
And then you'll remind yourself what it was. You'll be like, well, it's time to make it die.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Time to get rid of it.
But we're on season 2.
This
Holy
is
shit.
This is episode 1 of season 2.
See, Dean's one of those dangerous cunts. He doesn't just clip it, he fucking downloads it as
He
well.
saves it like a naughty boy.
Yeah.
Stop saving us, you naughty boy.
Like, they're so, it's one of those dangerous people. The dangerous people. But yeah.
So yeah, we're
Season 2?
We're season 2. We're like Apex Legends season 2, except that we're
Better.
good. We're better.
We don't take your money.
We don't take your money.
Well, we do, but we don't take it aggressively. Like
We
others.
could, but you don't know when we're taking your money.
Yeah, like when we take your money, we don't even know we're taking your money, to be fair.
That's right. That is right.
Like, we've never expressly said, give me your money,
Here, give me your money.
because we're not an EA
Give me your
game.
money. Fuck.
I could very, very quickly show you £200, but I won't do that.
I mean, you could, and you probably should, but then you'll lose £200, and I'll gain £200.
So I shouldn't do it then.
No, you probably shouldn't. You can show the stream.
I did it one day, and I got told that I was being... Well, I didn't get told anything specific. I got told something. Oh, no, I got shouted. I was like, oh, why do you have that much money on you at any given time? Which is a question you've asked me
Yeah,
before.
that sounds like something I would say. Like, you're very strange at having, like, wads of cash on you, when, like, I can't even literally remember the last time I had money on me. Like,
If I haven't been robbed, I
like
should be able to
paper
do
money.
this.
Right, so now you know where he keeps his money. It's inside the skeleton.
Yeah, it is.
Or in a,
Here.
There's like the inside of my wallet. Bare
There you
bones. Ooh. let me just, I want to see if it's real
Just want
money.
to check that.
Just want to see if it's real money.
Oh, you just want to see it's real money? Well, there's my
What were you saying
investment
about having £200? 200.
gone. It was inside the skeleton.
Right, okay. Well, as you can see,
It's
He's
okay.
a
That
bit-
was
he-
your wages.
he's a bit thin. Like, wait, what? I'm gonna put this
I stole your money yesterday.
right here.
Brought it home with me.
Who just steal it off? Who just steal money off on New Year's Day?
I don't know. I just...
Strange man.
Yeah.
that you see on New Year's Day.
I got my ways. I get money.
Oh, I know.
I take on the Wu-Tang
Yeah.
approach of things.
Mhm.
Gotta get that cream.
You just what you just said,
Yeah.
and this is a direct quote, is that
Yep.
you let men cream on you.
Yeah.
So
Do you not let men cream on you for money, guys?
now
It's
we
really
know
profitable.
how he funds all this. See all this equipment.
not-
See all this wine. Well, I paid for this.
You all out there not getting cum on your face for money? What the fuck?
Wait, I was talking about cream. What are you talking about?
Yeah, cum.
Oh, no, cream's a code word for something else.
No. I mean like
It's poo.
come over and put that cream on me.
Yeah, the cream is poo.
Yeah.
Scat.
That's
If you want money, get into scat.
That's risky money. though.
But that's someone's anus.
But that's risky money. You want to know why? I just don't have the vocal talent for it.
You
I
don't-
can't. I can't roll a lot of my letters quite
Can't
well.
roll those R's.
Yeah, I can sometimes do it by accident, but I can't do it on command. That sounds weird, I know.
Sure. I mean, like, I can shit in another man's mouth on command like that.
Yeah.
That's how I make my money.
Right.
I'm actually not
Right.
an artist. I'm not an artist at
No.
all. All that's artwork that I pay for
Right. Okay.
through
right.
my scat money.
Right.
And
So
the,
wait.
the times that people have seen me draw live on stream is a video.
So wait. I gotta ask the question. Right. You've got a Cintiq, which is a pretty high-end
Yeah.
Piece of art creation
Yeah.
software. You know, a second screen essentially, unless you draw on it.
Yeah.
How many mouse did you have to shit into to get that?
Let's say if it was £1 a mouth, which
Yeah.
it is, 'cause that's what I charge for.
Would you want a
It
pound
was
of mouth?
like 1,600 mouths.
1600. So you're talking about 1,600 mouths.
Mhm.
That's a lot of mouths
That
to
I have
shit
shot into. Well, I mean, like, sometimes it wasn't 1,600 separate mouths,
in. Right.
but it was occasions. So sometimes
Right.
people,
Right. So
people-
you doubled up on the occasion, or
Well,
I mean,
no,
that seems more. Now at this
sometimes
point.
the person comes back more than once, so it doesn't.
That's a separate occasion.
It
surely,
doesn't.
if they
No, but
come
it doesn't
back.
count as a separate mouth. It's just a separate time.
Oh, right. So it's a repeat business. Then.
Yeah.
Right. I get
Oh,
you.
I have a lot of loyal customers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if you're serving up like good soft serve, why the fuck not?
Yeah. Oh, they call me the ice cream machine.
Right.
but I'm just-
Right.
Delicate.
No
No logs here.
No, just
Beavers
no
ain't got
chunks.
shit.
It's just pure smooth.
Just
It's kind of
like-
like when you go to like the Poke Man
yeah.
and he whips you up a Poke. Poke being like a wee 99 ice cream, guys.
Uh-huh.
Or anyone
Not a
familiar with
fuck.
that.
Not a fuck in the back
Not
of
a fuck.
van.
Not a fuck.
No.
It's kind of like that soft serve ice cream, right?
Mhm.
But just right in their
You
mouth.
could slide down it smooth.
Just smooth.
Yeah.
Glory.
It's
Though.
like sorbet. But
Sorbet.
it's like sorbet made out of
Is
poop.
that could be like your
I think we should swiftly move on
right to what?
to who you shit in.
Who I shit? I
Yeah,
don't
if you
shit in
shit in
anyone.
No.
I just get the cream.
Okay.
A dollar bill. y'all.
You're a cum man.
Yeah.
Not a shit boy.
I've noticed what you've done to Skeleton, and I approve, except for the fact that the ball is blocking him. Sadly, now I approve even more. Now the stream can see his little.
He's so
glory.
depressed he hung himself.
He said, "Oh my god."
This is a gaming podcast.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
know,
we
right?
should keep saying that.
I'm gonna hurl.
We're very sorry that you're going to hurl. Maybe we'll get to the gaming point at some.
Yeah, maybe we'll.
Should we
make-
just start the podcast again?
Yeah,
Again?
do you want to start a podcast?
Right,
We'll do it
let's-
again. We've done our preamble. Let's start a podcast
Let's
again.
start it again.
It's gonna be so hard for me to track later, but sure.
We'll be fine.
Well,
So
I'll
here
get
we
it.
are, season 2, episode 1. No one talking about shit. No one talking about Madeline
No,
McCann.
no.
No one talking about penises.
I mean, now you just ruined the intro.
Just
again.
games. This
Yeah.
is all gig. No one mentioned any of that.
I mean, if they wanted to see us talk about that, maybe it should be here live for the actual
That's
podcast
true.
when it's
Like,
live.
if anything, the podcast, the intro is the podcast. The podcast is over. This is the after. This is the after.
The after hour show.
Yeah, this is the.
This is where we get to the real nitty gritty of
this is
video
the,
games.
This is the PG after show, not the X-rated 8 o'clock show, which is now done. It's finished.
Yeah.
This is just people hanging out with their friends.
Yeah. So
'Cause-
it's one of those things where like we have to say like that we are season 2, episode 1 now. We have a league champ. We have a season champion for skippable cutscenes. They got their mug recently. Anyone who checked out the Player vs. Player podcast Twitter, you might even saw that there.
which should be obvious.
Which everyone should be going below that player, checking the fucking. You should be checking the fucking goddamn socials and getting on that shit. But we're gonna go through a lot of things today. We got a little change in format today, right?
We have some extra shit.
We have some extra jazz.
Seeing as this is, we keep saying it's the start of season 2. It's a fairly arbitrary thing that we have decided to do just because it's the start of a new year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're changing up a little bit. We've changed positions slightly again,
Yeah.
which I'm sure we'll change again at some point in the near future.
It's really the change of positions because me and you were saying about yesterday. We're just fed with side eyeing each other.
yeah,
We're trying to talk to each other.
it's like when you're having either you're trying to make contact with someone at a bar, you're trying to fuck, or you're having a fight with your partner. And
Yeah.
you're not. You don't want to make the first move by staring directly at the eyes. So
Yeah.
you give them a wee bit of like.
The side eye. One of those ones, yeah. Because your temptation is to look at the camera when you're talking to the people, because obviously that's way, it's being polite and stuff.
That's where they
But
are.
obviously when we're talking to each other,
Yeah.
like, it's more natural conversation to talk like this.
What
you
if
know?
I stare just dead straight while you stare at the side of my head?
I mean, that's kind of rude. I mean, why are you being such a rude bitch?
Okay, right now you do the same.
Okay.
But being a rude bitch because that's what sells. Like people need to think that we hate each other, otherwise they won't watch.
Right, so they need to... Wait 1 second, let's reformat again. So they need to think that we just actually do not want to even
Literally
look at each
can't
other
even
directly.
can't even stand looking at you. So I'm
It's
just
like-
gonna look here.
Know what the real reason is, though? It's because if we look at each other in the eyes, we'll want to fuck each other.
Yeah, and you can't do a show when you're too busy just reeling each other all day. So there we go.
Yeah. But no, we're obviously I mean it's kind of like a take on the old format where we did have desks, because we just give ourselves like more desk room now. We have so much more desk room to work with. Like
True.
But plus we still got like some of that depth of field now as well.
We have to find more interesting stuff to put here though.
we had some interesting chats about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to give those away.
Well,
yet.
we'll keep that as a little secret.
Yeah, we'll
but
keep
it's
it a little
something
secret.
that could I think very easily be done.
Yeah, it could be really funny.
Yeah.
So
So we'll do that.
But yeah, like we're what else? Are we going to move to Friday next week for a week?
You know what? I think we'll try it. And see what happens.
Yeah,
We'll
because
give
it was something I meant to ask you before the stream, but like
Yeah.
no better time than the present.
Well, we were talking about it last night. I think we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens when we're there
Yeah.
on a Friday. I think it'll be good. I hope RLL will be able to chime in live.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, no harm, but I love RL. But we've increased our mod staff. You might have saw. We've got a new mod. Obviously, people in chat can see. Big congrats to Not So Wicked.
Congratulations to the witch.
The witch.
She's not a very wicked witch.
She's not very wicked.
Not very
witch.
wicked witch, which is not necessarily a bad thing because
No,
not all
no.
witches.
Some
not
witches
all-
can be kind.
Here's a question: Would you
Yeah.
would you consider Morticia Addams a witch?
Oh, definitely.
You think?
Yeah.
You ever really see her do anything though?
Oh man,
But at
you
the
see
same-
her do some botany and then work on some fucking spell shit during some of the scenes.
Do you?
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, otherwise, how would you explain? Thing.
What's that? Well, obviously her witch powers created that,
I
right?
guess it is. I
Yeah.
guess she is then.
Yeah.
So does that mean is Gomez Adams a wizard?
No, I think he is.
A Chaos Lord?
I think he
He
might.
is-
I
he is
think
a bit of a
I
chaos
think
lord.
He is a bit of a chaos lord, but I think he married into the family. I think the lore is that Gomez actually marries into the Adams family, or no, it doesn't marry the Adams family. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
There's something.
His name is Gomez Adams.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I remember watching something and it was like I can't remember if it was like the cartoon or something, but like he'd married into the family rather than being a direct Adams or some shit. But maybe that was just a weird cartoon I watched from back in the day.
But how could he marry into the family?
Well, you marry into a family, you can take on the female's name.
That's true.
You
Don't say
that's
females. That's weird. Girls. Yeah. Whatever. Someone can go look it up, and we'll continue to think about it in our dreams. Because I will continue to think about Morticia Adams
just sounds pretty
in my dreams
hot.
for many years to come.
Many years, man.
It's be Boy Ocean. It's Boy Ocean in the chat where we're just talking about you and your lovely winner's mug,
Your lovely winner's mug.
which you got from us, including your mug and your face, according to that tweet that people were very confused about.
Yeah.
Like, I got this mug. People were like,
Yeah. It's like with this podcast, give you a face.
are we also cosmetic surgeons?
I mean, we could be. But yeah. But yeah, big congrats to Not So Wicked. She's been like around the channel for as long as most people. I mean, more than most people.
Yeah. Probably longer than you.
No.
Yeah. She's been around your channel longer than you've even
Then I've
had the
actually
channel.
conceived the channel.
Yeah.
That's talent, actually.
Yeah. She was a very forward-thinking mod.
Yeah. So yeah, fair play to her. Congratulations. I always wondered which one was the original Adams. They created the opposite of the basic family, so taking her name is not a. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I would say it's probably his name because like Fester's a big weirdo as well. But like it has the slight overtones of a little bit of incest
Yeah.
in there somewhere.
I was thinking about that,
because,
but
like,
didn't want to say it.
there's a part in that first movie where like they're going. She's talking to Fester about like all of their their
Mm-hmm.
relatives, and it's all just very much like all of these people just look related. Like they all just look like.
I guess if the
Keeping it in
world
the
thinks
family,
you're
like.
so strange and so freaky, I guess at that point maybe they felt
Or maybe they just have like
it's a distant family they marry
obviously
into again.
like the way the royals do it.
Well,
Morons.
royals.
But like that party in the first movie, like they obviously also know a network of other creepy families because they have that big party. So maybe they just, it's like you shit where you eat. Like they keep in contact with other weird people like them, and that's where they get all their prospective fuck buddies from.
So then how about we hardcore solve the lore?
Mm-hmm.
So Gomez is the one with the weird ass family, but Morticia was just a witch.
Yes, I think that sounds about right.
And she was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to be part of this sweet fucking family. I love that guy.
Yeah,
let's get married to that fucking guy."
Mm.
And he was like, "I've never seen someone so beautiful in my life. I need to marry that girl.
I need to lock that shit down."
Yeah,
she's like 2 foot taller than I am. Get in that.
yeah.
So
He just went for it.
Gomez always gave me a bit of a milady vibe. Nah, he was smooth. He was smooth. I thought he was pretty smooth.
He was like the one like husband who actually treated his wife with
he
respect.
Clearly loved
and
that woman. Like,
yeah, he loved that woman. Like
100%.
it was one of those situations where I was like it's been said, like you can never really look at an instance in any of like the media of the Addams family and go like that's a terrible relationship. They're always very loving and caring for each other and good parents. I mean, their kids are fucking maniacal, but they're good parents.
It's weird they still have boundaries, even
Yeah.
though like their kids are literally trying to murder each other. They're just like, here, don't do it in the house, or like leave the baby out of it for like another couple of weeks, and then start trying to kill him.
Yeah,
but
but
I think you could learn some lessons from the Addams family, and not that they're all weird. Like, if anything, everyone else in the Addams family is the weird ones because they're all like
I think
freakishly trying to be normal.
I think the thing is with that movie is what it's trying to say is like, despite the fact that the judging looks by their cover, the actual core is actually probably a more like sensible and loving and caring and better family at its core than what you would consider to be normal. But you've prejudged the book by its cover because of its looks.
Do you like Addams Family or Addams Family Values better?
I kind of like the first one better. I like the original Addams Family. Not really overly fussed on. It's not. I'm not fussed. If it's out of the two, I just prefer the original first. I like the whole Fester. I don't know if I'm part of this family or not. Plotline a little bit more.
I don't know. I like him more when he is Fester, and he's Fester in the second one. For the whole
True.
movie.
I don't know. There's moments where he comes back and remembers he's Fester in the first one. You're like,
it's true.
It's a little bit.
Did you watch the new animated one?
No.
It was pretty shit. I would avoid it.
Okay, that's
just really wasn't much to it, to be honest. Like,
that's a shame. That's a shame.
Right. Let's start talking about games, I guess.
Yeah, we got topics.
Sega. I'm sure we'll eventually just like roll a movie segment into this podcast at some point. Because
we will actually. I mean, we always did. It's not really a gaming podcast so much as an entertainment podcast.
That's a good way of looking at it, actually.
So I never tried to rule that out. That's why in the first few weeks I always try to talk about what'd you watch this week. You know?
We always
try.
But like, you can only get like 2 weeks of content out of like 2 shows of content out of that because there's only so many times that I can say that I just watched Peep Show again,
right,
and again and again.
But if you watch the movie though, then
and again,
it's one of those things where like if you watch a movie 1 week, or if I watch a movie 1 week,
true.
I mean, we could always
throw
that in.
What movie have I watched this week? I watched Deep Impact like a day or two ago. It was terrible. It's terrible.
I'm trying to remember which one that is.
It's the only one. I don't know if you were there or not.
Yeah,
you could have been.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure because I can't remember who the crew that went to it was. Like, it has to be. Well, it was when it was out. I think it was 1998 that it was out.
I don't think I went to that.
98, 99 because it was out the same year as Armageddon on. We went to the cinema to see it, and it's to this day it's the only movie that I've walked out of. It's like we made up that one of us was sick, and it was like, nah, we're just leaving, and it was so boring.
I don't think I was there for that, man.
Right. So like, well, you know, I'm a bit older now. Like my taste in movies, it hasn't changed, but it's grown.
Evolved.
Yeah, and then in that I like more now than I ever have, which is, you know, a good way to go about it. And we stuck it on the other night, and it's just boring as fuck.
So it's as bad as you remember.
It's just dull. Like I don't mind like a movie where, you know, like there's a natural disaster happening and it's people trying to figure it out. Like that's fine. Like that's pretty much what fucking Armageddon is. Yeah. But shit happens in Armageddon. Like as stupid and as bad as Armageddon is, like It's not factually sound.
Hmm.
It's full of ridiculous Michael Bay bullshit.
Oh,
At-
yeah,
At
yeah.
least every 25 or 30 minutes, you're like, what's going on here?
Hmm.
Deep Impact is just like it's 20 minutes shorter.
Who's the lead in it? Like, who's the actors?
The lead in it is Tia Leone, who is balls.
I have no idea who that is.
She's a really annoying blonde woman. She was in Jurassic Park 3 as
Right.
a really annoying blonde woman.
That doesn't sound very good.
Elijah Wood is in it as like a
Okay.
little baby, but
He's
like
a baby though.
like 40% of the movie is about him. Like some of it's about him. Like it's not really good either. Deep Impact is like 20 minutes shorter than Armageddon,
Right.
but it feels about 40 minutes longer just because so little happens in it.
Okay, then
Like
so then
like I'm gonna spoil it because I don't give a fuck.
yeah, go for it.
It's like a 2 hour 10-minute movie.
Yeah.
And it's about, like a natural disaster. It's about an asteroid coming. It is exactly
So it's a shit Armageddon.
it is 100% the same plot as Armageddon. Like
Right.
they came out when it was being made. They were like, people were floating around this script like an asteroid coming to Earth. People get on a rocket and they go to stop. They go to
It's
blow it up.
Armageddon.
As Armageddon, yeah. But Armageddon made the whole thing about the team going to the asteroid.
Yeah.
The Deep Impact was about that and 4 other things as well. So nothing got the time that it deserved.
Mm.
So everything was boring, and like they don't even succeed. Like they make it worse in Deep Impact,
Yeah.
and then they kind of accidentally
Fix it.
fix it, and it's just like, this is shit. Like,
See, because like they kind of do that in Armageddon, right? Where they do kind of make it worse, but then Aerosmith comes.
yeah,
And then saves the
literally
day.
saves the day.
Aerosmith tells us that they don't want to miss a thing,
That song is a fucking banger.
right? It is actually a
I
really good song.
fucking love that.
Like I don't
song.
have a strong opinion
I
on
know
Aerosmith,
you don't.
but
I
like
know you're like vanilla, like right down the middle on
it's
them.
like it's like I can take them or leave them. They don't
But
offend me, but they don't inspire me to go
you
listen
know
to them.
when you hear that song,
That's
you're
a
like,
that's a banger. Like that is actually a banger.
it's a good shit. It is, it's
'cause
a good tune.
It's especially when like they actually use that
They
music.
use it well.
Use it well in the movie.
in the movie as well.
And like they use it when they're trying to swell the moment and get a little tear out of your eye, and it works.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not afraid to admit, I'll just shed a wee fucking shitty old tear.
how do we wipe?
we like?
do we-
It's so. Oh, Brucey boy.
How do we
one of
wipe
them
at
ones,
the end when he's going for it?
Yeah.
Deep Impact just has nothing. It's got nothing, man. It's got no style. It's got no good actors. Well, it has good actors, but it doesn't have them doing anything. Like Morgan Freeman is the president in it.
How the fuck do you fuck up
And
a
he's
movie
just
with Morgan Freeman in it?
Bland.
How the
vanilla-
fuck do you do that?
That movie is just vanilla ice cream. Do not watch Deep Impact.
Do you
Shit.
never listen to Vanilla Ice? Never mind.
Yeah,
That's fucking terrible as well.
he's good shit. I actually had a bit of a disaster movie day. I don't know what it is. I fucking love disaster movies. If anything, like the worse the better. Like I would actually probably rank Armageddon as one of the best ones, just because it knows what to do. It knows what to do, knows what to avoid.
Yeah.
But like I watched, I started off the morning bright. I started off bright and early with Everest, which
Right.
is a fucking notoriously grim tale of people going up Everest.
Yeah.
And through a series of mishaps, a bunch of people die, but it's 100% based on it's a true story that they just made a film out of.
Right.
It's like, this is like well documented. It happened like in the early 90s or something like that. It was just like a bunch of people went up, like a climbing company took people up Everest.
Yeah.
And just through a series of like there being far too many people up there and like supplies being mismanaged and stuff, that just half the people that went up didn't come back down. Like, that's not good.
Okay, we just got. Sorry to interrupt you. I
How
know I
dare
was
you.
listening to what you're saying. We just got confirmation. There's a site-wide issue with Twitch where the chat doesn't work.
Oh, cool.
So they can see us, they can hear us, they can hear what we're saying.
Right.
The chat is just not working.
What if people just
those-
chat in the Discord?
I mean, if our chat
Go to
for now wants to use the PvP podcast section of the Discord to chat.
Go to the PvP section of the podcast.
We
and just stop.
always have backups, guys. Go
Yeah.
there.
Drop your
If you
comments.
just wanna drop your comments. Drop them in the player for
in there.
podcast section.
We'll have that open on one of our many monitors here.
So yeah, we'll keep. I want to thank Billy and Mr. Gore about that there, because I was looking at going, chat's a bit dead.
yeah.
Chat's a bit dead.
People love talking about movies. What's going on
Yeah,
here?
exactly. It's like, what the fuck, So if you want to just, if you are on our Discord, guys, let us know. If you're not part of our Discord, let us know. I can get you an invite, by DMing us on Twitter or anything. So let us know on Twitter or whatnot.
I'll keep an eye out for the.
But yeah,
for the tweets.
So just keep an eye out for tweets. We'll get you invites.
I'll continue talking about Avarice just while these chats do some shit.
So it's a site-wide issue apparently. So again, it's
as long as the feed stays up.
Yeah, the feed's still up and fine. Looks like so. Mr. Gordon, it's all good.
So So Avarice is grim.
Yeah,
Avarice is a really good movie. It's on. I think it's on Amazon or
Deep Impact.
No Impact. That's fucking right. That's why we come. That's why Ocean comes for his zingers, for his one-liners, for his deep thoughts, because he's as deep as an ocean.
He has a deep impact on this podcast.
He is because he won the skippable trailer, skippable cutscenes. Can't get me own fucking.
Can you get your own line out there? Yeah, Billy. No, I totally get it because even I was kind of like that there, and then I saw the message come through. It's like, what the fuck? I'm slowly seeing Twitch functionality come back, but I wouldn't trust it. But
we'll get there. We'll get there in a few minutes.
We'll get there, guys.
I'll just continue talking about.
Apparently, it's a side-wide issue, but like Deep Impact, yeah.
Shite.
We should do? We should get a budget. We should redo it.
Right, we should redo Deep Impact.
Yeah. And I've got an idea. How about we just hire Aerosmith?
Yeah.
To star in the movie.
Yeah.
And we just use The One Miss Thing. And then
I feel like we're going to run into some legal issues there.
And then no, we get the permission. We license it.
Okay.
Because we're hiring them as the actors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we license them.
So which one of them is playing Morgan Freeman?
Clearly, Tyler. Or Taylor. What's the first man's name?
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler. Yeah. Bam. Right.
I think Steven Tyler. I think the guitarist is called Matt Perry.
Matt Perry. Okay. Yeah.
Or Perry.
He can be he could be the girl.
Yeah. He could be Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler. No. The really annoying girl you were telling me about.
Oh, Tia Leone. Right.
Tia Leone. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the whole movie will just be them singing the song off key because he probably can't sing it now.
Yeah.
Because he's like an old lesbian now. I think.
Right.
Well, he looks like one anyway, but I don't know.
I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy.
He seems like a good dude.
He hasn't done anything egregious to my mind.
That's true.
I'm more of.
The disaster movie day was started off lovely and early with Everest, a movie where just a bunch of people die on a mountain, which is good shit.
That's not good shit.
Did this stream actually just go down?
I don't know. The whole site is having a skid whiffy time. Only when we try and do a podcast does this shit happen. Maybe it's like streamers up. I can see it's okay. That's fair.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we'll keep going until we hear anything.
What I'm going to say is that maybe it's a blessing we might move to Friday because it's always Saturdays we run into the issues.
Yeah. Fuck Saturdays. This is now the Fuck Saturdays podcast.
The Fuck Saturdays podcast.
Where you just fuck a Saturday.
Yeah,
you find one of the band.
My whole mod view destroyed itself there.
You find one of the band a Saturday and then fuck them. Only with their permission, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Not unconsensual.
No.
Not grip. Not grip.
Not titular.
No, not the titular R. Everest. And then into Deep Impact, which was really boring.
Yeah.
And then I rounded it off with The Day After Tomorrow.
You were a real disaster movie on this.
Oh, yeah. I watched all three of those movies. No, well, no, sorry, not Deep Impact. Replace Deep Impact with either Dante's Peak or 2012, maybe, even though it's straight garbage. But it's long enough that if you're hungover or something and you watch it, you're in another time zone by the time the movie's over.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But Day After Tomorrow is also shit. But at least enough happens in that movie. I love me some Dennis Quaid. I just love him.
Dennis Quaid's good. I like Dennis Quaid.
He's a big lad. I just love him. So, that's the.
I've been watching Death Note again.
Right.
But that's not a disaster movie.
It's
not even a movie.
Have you seen the Netflix movie? That's a disaster. All right. Hey-o!
You know what I was considering? I've been sworn off to watch it and I've been told not to, and I've been sensible enough not to watch it. But then there's also that weird curious factor that kicks in where you're like, but what if?
What if what?
What if I do watch it? You know?
What if you watch what? Death Note?
Yeah, the Netflix bullshit.
I mean, it's only an hour and a half. It's only like 90 minutes long.
They condensed 30 episodes
No.
into an hour and a half.
No, they didn't.
Oh, really?
No, they tried, but they didn't.
Oh, that's right. Don't do
It's
it.
just
It's
like-
not worth it.
That's the thing, though. Like, if you're worried about, wasting that much time on
Yeah.
something, it's not going to be good. It's
Yeah.
nowhere near the same amount of time. You
Yeah.
literally, I think I watched it one day at work. It was on just in the background, and I was like, this is fucking stupid.
I would be half tempted to spread the misery because I
It's
think
like
misery loves
Hearing,
company.
hearing Willem Dafoe is always good. Like, it's just
well,
fun.
this is a surprise thing. I think Willem Dafoe is like a great actor.
Yeah, but I really have like no idea who the fuck convinced him to do it. Like,
I think I do know. It's called Benjamin.
right? See, that's the thing though. I don't think that based on how it looks and who else is in it, that production had no money because it looks like shit and there are no actors in it. There are literally no actors in it and just Willem Dafoe. It's like all of the like core principal actors are just people I've never heard of before.
Oh, okay. So I've done that one. John, do not watch it. It'll make you.
I'm getting a very strong "do not watch it" vibe.
I was going to suggest that I spread the pain
or
and,
stream it.
and that I watch it on the stream and encourage people to do a watch party in the Discord.
We should do that.
And so if people want to grit and bear it and tear it apart with us, they could.
You know what we should also do that with?
What?
The Dark Tower movie.
Don't do that to
If
me.
you could bring yourself to watch that again.
Don't do that to me.
I've watched it twice.
Don't do that to me. I
I've-
can't bring
I-
myself to watch that again.
I watched it that one time here with you.
Yeah.
Or it was your other house, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was our house, yeah.
Because that was the second time I watched it.
But it was brutal.
And I watched it in the cinema. I tentatively went to watch that in the cinema, and I went in with like the three people who have read that book that I know. I had the most open mind going into that
Why
movie.
though? Why did you have an open mind?
Because I thought to myself, if they can just get like the first movie done off the first book well, or at least enough to kind of get them into like into the second book's territory,
Yeah.
where they could then execute the original plan, which is one book a series of,
like series. Yeah.
a movie a series, a movie a series, a movie, like because that was the original plan, was to split it up between two series and three movies.
But at some
And
point,
I was tentatively hoping that they were at least going to just do that and try and get like, we're just going to sow the seeds of this reality in here and we'll see what happens. And then I watched it,
yeah.
and
But sure, like before the movie came out, like they had made it abundantly clear that it mixed just the books together. They were like, yeah, we just took some stuff from all of the books. So at that point, you already knew it was going to be bad. Like, so you shouldn't have had an open mind.
look, I'm sorry.
What
if
if we do a Deep Impact watch party?
I mean, I could do that, but like, I don't know if I could do that more than I could do a fucking Dark Tower one.
You know what, you could do that. You could do that more than Twitch can host a fucking stream.
Yeah, that's true. The site is went pure gone.
Yeah, this fucking chat is just never coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the movie
kid that-
Friday next week. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, fuck this shit. The kid that plays Light has done other shit, but it's not super high profile. He was in a dumb TV show as a kid, though.
I have a fairly good eye for people who haven't been in stuff before, even stuff that I don't like or that I'm
Overly
not
familiar
really all
with.
that aware of. But I have like a good note for that, a good eye for that, and I just didn't see anyone in that movie.
I'd rewatch the Serbian movie before I'd watch the Netflix Dead.
We could do a Serbian film watch
I would
party.
rather not.
I know you would rather not, but we could.
We could do a lot of things in a watch party. That is not going to work. What are you going to call that lad? I can't remember what we called him. He is caressing that horn glass quite well. Oh, my OBS there, and it failed to load the channel information section. Not sure if that's linked to the chat. It's probably can't connect to. There's probably an issue where it's not letting anything connect or disconnect. We're working on to resolve the issues causing the site not loading correctly. Thank you for your patience. That's fucking Mr. Gore coming in with that spicy meme action right there. Fair play, Mr. Gore. I love it. For anyone who is watching this on the interwebs right now and they can't get involved in this, you can always join the Discord. Limited time only. We can forward some invites for people who can't normally chat and want to chat. We have a player versus player podcast section of the Discord. We can keep you tight and right there.
Keep it right, keep it tight.
But yeah, we should probably we went near like 40 minutes without
Yeah.
ever talking about the actual stuff we're
supposed
talking
to be talking about.
I think between like our movie / TV show talk and now, and now the Twitch thing going awry.
Now that Twitch doesn't work, let's start the podcast.
Yeah, let's start the podcast, I guess. God, God, fingers crossed the VOD it keeps right.
Yeah, if this video goes off halfway through it, I'm gonna fucking just go to Twitch's door, just shit on the fucking
Is that how
doorstep.
we're gonna make that money?
That's how I'm gonna make the money. I'm gonna stop shitting on them for money.
Fuck is it? When the fuck did that happen?
We dip into games every once in a while.
We dip into him, yeah.
Yeah.
We dip into him. But yeah, so our first topic, Sega.
So you go.
So
Skippable 2.
You dropped this on us, and you were saying that people find the prototype to the original,
Like the original prototype.
the original prototype
like
to Sonic.
I think it was this. It was the prototype. I think between the Master System version and the Mega Drive version of Sonic. So like the original version of Sonic, which we have a little link for.
We have a link for, but I won't lie.
You don't know how to get the link.
Getting that link.
Hit Control and K. Oh wait, you're using a different thing.
Yeah.
You should be able to like highlight it and then like set hyperlink.
I don't know what the hell.
There you go. Control click to open hyperlink. Oh shit. You don't want to open it again. We do have like the actual.
We have a link. We'll put
We
it
have
in
a
our
link
Discord.
for it, but we'll stick it into the Discord.
We'll stick it
Yeah.
in the Discord there, guys. But if you want a link to the original Sonic the Hedgehog prototype,
As far as I can tell, like this is something that those motherfuckers have been looking for absolutely years,
yeah,
and like they find it. I think it was eventually the story was, you know, people who used to work for Sega were given, you know, like prototype cartridges to bring home and like, you know, just play over and, you know, QA tests and stuff like that. But it was at that point it was all kind of done just in house. You know, it was like all the people who worked on the game just like were given copies and they're like, right, you go and you do what you want with that. Because like I'm sure at the time that they didn't think it would be that much of a big deal. They're just like, oh, it's this new little game I'm working on, whatever. I'll fuck about it, I'll take it home. But I think like over the course of the time, you know, like they were thrown out or they were broke because like those Sega cartridges, you know, they literally only last for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And then they stop working. They just physically stop working. But I think they found one. I think they got this from like, it was someone who it was a magazine who was given a copy of it for review, who were. They weren't given the final version to review. They were given this prototype to review, and some absolute mad Sonic fan apparently went back where they were kind of looking at, you know, old reviews of Sonic 1, and they noticed that in like the images, like some of the game, you know, like the game, it wasn't the final version. They were like, they used the prototype version for this. So they fucking hunted down the people who worked for the magazine like at that time and were like, do you have a fucking copy of this game? And like through, you know, a whole load of
investigation,
mad backwards channels things, they eventually found a working version of the prototype, and they've been looking for it for like 30 years.
Jesus.
And it just come. It was like one of those things that, you know, like at several points that they thought, right, we're just never getting this. Like this is just never being found. And then lo and behold, someone just swooped in and was like, oh yeah, I have a copy of this.
I've got this
like,
here. It's my basement or some shit.
Do you want to have a go? I think it was something like that. It was just, you know, someone was cleaning out their old home office and stumbled upon a big stack of old Sega prototype cartridges or something like that. It was like, at this point, you know, probably like I think like the actual cartridge itself is being auctioned off for money. But
we managed to ROM it.
They took the ROMs and stuff off it to be like, well, you can play the game itself, because essentially it's Sonic 1, but it's like, I think it's like slightly out of order and there's like different art and stuff in it. But like the cartridge itself is worth a lot of money to people who, well, because you know what, like the Sonic fan is like, they're a bit fucking.
Sonic fans are fucking intense. They're really fucking intense.
A bit mad, like when it comes to that kind of stuff.
So that is definitely one of those things where like Sonic fans are like some of the most intense fucking fans out there.
Although there's a couple of people who are like, what if this is they've gone a wee bit conspiracy theory about it, because they're like, oh, you just happened to find this on Sonic's 30th anniversary year.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You had 30 years to find this cartridge, and suddenly, you know, like you found it. Like, why is that, for fuck's sake? Like, yes, it is.
Sometimes coincidences happen.
Yes, it is a fucking coincidence. Someone just found it in their house, and they were like, "Oh, well, we'll give you this for free. You don't have to fucking like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth." Or
no,
whatever.
definitely not. We're gonna make a link of that available later into the Discord.
If you could figure out how to get it out of that fucking Word document.
yeah.
I still have the link though.
So we'll get that up at some point.
Oh, actually, here, hold on.
Yeah.
Go back to the deck.
Yeah, we'll go back to the deck here.
And then go to the link, the article link, the Sega one.
Sega.
Control click that, boy.
Boy.
And then Sonic the Hedgehog prototype. Let's go up that one. No, it opens another page. So hit that image, you moron.
You said hit it.
Hit the first, hit that one, and then see where it says download there. That's the link. So
Okay.
copy link or save link or whatever.
So guys, if you want to, wait, what?
Oh, the whispers.
Oh
you
yeah,
can
what
do.
we're going to do with skippable cutscenes if it's not working because whispers could be done.
Oh, titties.
We might have to hold off for skippable this week if it's not ready in time.
What if people just tweet at us?
The problem is that delay. We can't even get them to refresh the player.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So we'll probably just.
Well, we'll go towards it, and if it's still broke at that point, we'll just hold off.
Yeah, if it's still broke at that point, we'll hold off to next week. We'll have to just do skippable next week, but we can always we got plenty of stuff to do today, so don't worry. So we're still.
I know what
here.
everyone start their own streams, and then we'll go watch we'll go watch everyone's streams. So we'll put the link for the Sonic prototype in chat, in the Discord, which is fun.
Discord DMs are a thing, but it's
Yeah.
like trying to find.
If anyone has even a passing interest in the original Sonic, give it a go, because it's just odd to see a game that's 29 years old at this point
Going
in
off
a
Freddy.
different version. It's weird.
It's weird.
Oh, it is 30 years old because it was 91.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, it kind of goes into the 30-year mark soon. I'm repeatedly.
Oh, we do have a PvP account for DMs.
We do. It's just it's the lag delay. No one can refresh their player.
Right. If anyone refreshes their Twitch page,
They could lose the feed.
Right.
And so if you refresh the player to try and make sure there's no lag delay,
You'll never get it back.
this is the risk we're playing with right now. Like we are in fucking no man's land.
Uncharted waters. We're going to be raided by pirates in a minute here. I don't know what's going on.
Fucking good luck to my blunderbuss is over there, and I will fuck them
Right,
up.
I'll just take my penis out. It's a deadly weapon.
So yeah,
Just
like
'cause
if
I don't
it's not working by then, we'll just have to skip it for the week because there's just too many logistical nightmares here.
Or
for
we'll
this
just
to work.
we'll just watch it together.
Uh,
You know what? I haven't seen what skippable cutscene is this week, so maybe I'll just try and guess. No, wait, I have.
I was going to say, what the fuck are you talking about? You
Shit.
went through it for.
That's right, I did. It was only the week before. It was the only one I didn't check. Fuck's sake.
Like you actually were on the ball this week, and you're all over the place. Like we actually got things done quite early this week.
Ah, well.
I'm just going to set this here.
Well, it's alright. We'll just give it to Billy. It's gonna win anyway.
Just Billy, just going to
Billy
win.
and Ocean will win.
He's
and
not
I'll
Billy.
win.
You keep mixing their names
I
up.
just keep thinking he's called Billy for some reason. I don't know
It's
why.
because Billy Ocean's an actual name of an
That's
artist.
true. It's a combination of 3 actual people into one hypothetical person who doesn't exist. Billy Ocean.
But yeah, so like for anyone else, guys, we've got the publish button.
Oh, you have to publish it.
We don't have to, but if anyone ever links their Discord to our Player First Player podcast section, they could get it. Because that's the thing. It's a type of widget there. People can add this to their own Discords if they want to,
Oh, okay.
which is kind of cool. But yeah, so like it is one of those ones where we'll just have to see where it goes. This podcast today is on.
We're in chaos mode right
We're
now.
in chaos mode, but we're going to
Yeah.
continue on anyway.
Yeah.
Season 1, man. Not season 1. Sorry, season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode 1. Well, we had one episode disappear on us in season 1 due to technical difficulties, so this might be another case of that. Hopefully not.
Fingers
'cause
crossed
It's
it's
it's a shame because that episode was a fucking banger.
It was a banger. We had a
Like,
guest on there. I think.
Only the people who were there for it live know how much of a banger that episode
Yeah.
was. So
Yeah.
good luck to you. Or no, well, thank you if you were
Thank
there.
you for there. Yeah, thank you for there.
Because we were there.
Next topic though. Find out we'll make it ourselves.
I've gone down on. I will continue to go down on record saying that I think the PS5 is the most ugly console I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In my life,
Fair.
Without a shadow, I don't know what they were thinking. It's horrific looking. I hate it. It's ugly as fuck. They didn't even release an all black version. I don't know why. So, I looking into this story, I was very annoyed to discover that this isn't an official release. This is like a kind of like a collaboration of like technical people, 3D modelers, and like 3D printers and fans and stuff who have made a PS2 themed version of the PS5.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like all it's really come down to is they put matte black on it and a couple of the little like PS2
Iconography things.
flourishes. There's a few like
Yeah.
the old PlayStation symbol is like down the bottom corner.
Yeah.
It looks real nice. The controller looks real nice as well. It's
Mhm.
like black and gray, and it's got some kind of like original PS2 stuff on it. But the fact that this isn't legitimate is just sad.
Also,
what
expect
we
a,
could do?
a
Yeah.
cease and desist really fucking fast.
I don't.
on
I
this.
see. I don't know if they weren't allowed to do it. I don't know how it's already got this far, because they're already taking pre-orders. Like they've got a site up. It has like fairly worldwide news coverage.
Yeah,
like it has.
the
it had
last
very-
ones did as well, and then a week later they got cease and desist out of
Right.
existence.
Well, I'll tell you what. Jump into the deck there.
You want to bring up the article? Show
Yeah, we'll
people
bring
it?
the well. They have like their website just features a mad photo of like the mock-up of it. Like, if you go onto their actual website there, see the
We're
super.
on the actual website.
No, this is not their website. See that Super 35 thing there?
Yeah.
Hit that.
So we're looking at it here, and if you want to go to screen on screen, so the rest of the guys can look at it, but you can see it here. It's, but like it looks incredible. It looks sleek.
Yeah. So all like matte black, little bit shiny. The original.
All they've had to do is put like the little.
Yeah.
They've just had to glue that on there, and then they've just literally painted these side panels.
That's fine. Like
And it looks great.
I
It
think
looks great.
even those small changes, it looks much better. I like the controller a lot as well. I mean, like
Yeah.
compared to the actual like kind of PS5 controller, it's definitely not that different. I just like the color scheme a
Yeah.
lot better. Like if you scroll down a little bit, like you get like a good shot of the controller.
So
the controller is $100.
yeah, those controllers are expensive in general.
They're expensive already. So
Yeah.
as far as I can work out, what these guys do is like they buy a PS5, mod it, and then
Yeah.
give it to you. So you have to pay for the price of a PS5 console and the work that they do on it. So like
That might be the workaround, because the
Yeah.
other guys were just selling like custom printed.
Yeah.
Like they were fully custom 3D printing
faceplates
the
and
fins.
stuff. Yeah.
So maybe the workaround is because they're buying the PS5 and selling you a whole PS5. That could maybe be the workaround.
That seems to be that's what they're doing. I think Sony, if Sony had seen this at any point, they should have jumped in. They should have been like, we need to do this.
This is you thinking like Sony hasn't. Fine, right in a year's time, Sony are going to release.
I
so
know.
many
Fine.
variations.
Yes, they'll.
They're going to release fins. Like they're not going to have to release a full console, like I said.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to release fins, and they're going to make bank on those fins, because
Yeah.
it is just like pop the fins off, pop new fins on. You've got a whole different look on your console.
But
And they'll charge like $20-$30 for
I just
them.
think
And
like
people will buy them. I'll fucking buy them.
That's really not that. There's really not that many changes to that, but it
No.
just looks so much better, and it just goes to show that like I think they just really dropped the ball with the design on that. I really don't know what they were going for.
I don't know either, but like as I've said before, I'm not overly fussed on.
Yeah, like I want that. Like I definitely want that
Like,
controller.
that's-
That's a great looking controller.
a great
'cause
looking
it's got the
controller.
original face buttons and all on it as well.
That looks like D-Brand do skins for controllers. That looks
Yeah.
like D-Brand.
I would like to know-
high quality skins for shit
I
like
would like
that.
to know how it feels. You know.
There is something like if you want to disconnect the PS5 controller, because it doesn't need to be connected. It's already done charging. You can feel there's a good texture on the controller. Like
Yeah.
the texture, how the controller feels.
But like there was
Is
a couple,
nice.
there was a couple of versions of I think the original PS1 controller where it wasn't slidey like that. It was matte. It was a bit grippier.
That is mad, is it not?
Well, it's matte. The back is matte and the top
Yeah.
is not.
Okay.
The whole thing was matte, and it was
Yeah.
very like it was super grippy, and you were like,
Mm.
I could, you could fling this about and it would never leave your hand.
Yeah.
And it was very, I like that. So I would like to think that that's the kind of like, that's the kind of texture that would have. But just
Looks good though.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
think it's
really.
it's probably a bit naive to say that Sony just won't be doing this themselves in a year's time.
Yeah, of course they will.
But,
That's why the cease and desist have been playing
yeah,
on.
but it's just I'm surprised that it's even got this far. Then, if that's the case, that if they are gonna hit them in the Wii cease and desist, like this is like a batch of these has already went out, and then they sold out, and now they're taking pre-orders for the next batch.
So it
this
could
is
be the fact that like because they're not just selling fins.
yeah.
And they're buying in the console themselves and hard modifying the console. It could be that's the thing.
Technically, can they even stop that really?
Technically, no.
Because like they've already like the consoles have technically already been paid for.
Yeah.
But like, does it count as reselling? Which are they also?
It's
don't like?
it's technically resale at that point, and I think the difference is that it's because it's not hard modifying the hardware, and they're not selling an accessory that's not licensed by Sony.
Hmm.
It's hard to say. There's the laws in this shit so fucking fucky, but I think the reason why they like cease and desist the guys selling the fins because I think they
were just like,
that's actually something we're doing ourselves.
Buy these fins,
yeah, where it's like it's an accessory that didn't get the Sony approval. Or licensing.
As far as the Discord's going, they also weren't a big fan of how the PS5 looked.
Oh yeah, no, but it's the PS5 has been universally shot on by its looks.
For as boring as the whatever the new Xbox, what is it called?
Series X.
Series X. For as boring as that looks, at least it's not ugly. It's inoffensive.
But I think
it could be anything. It could be a server. It could be a toaster. A power brick.
It annoys me because they've clearly looked at a Corsair one. I went,
they just wanted to make it look like a wee bit like a gaming PC.
I can show you a Corsair. Like they legit just went, yeah, we're gonna make a Corsair one.
Okay, yeah, that's literally just a brick. That is just a brick.
That's literally Xbox design team went. That's our console.
Our Xbox. Do they have anything to do with Corsair?
No.
Does Microsoft have anything to do with Corsair?
No, they don't do any fab or any construction on the product.
Even that's better looking than the Xbox.
So like that's a Corsair one.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
that's got a wee bit more personality to it than the Xbox does.
Notoriously hard to build in. You can buy the chassis, but they're notoriously hard to build in. And if you buy a pre-build, they're notoriously hard to upgrade.
Right, because they look a wee bit like kind of one of those like pre-built jobbies that.
Yeah, they're definitely you get them in.
It's like the style over the substance. Remember Shaw used to have that computer? It was like, if you even try to fucking open this whole thing is going to fall apart.
Yeah,
because it was put together in such a strange case.
So like they use micro ATX boards, which are like small motherboards. Obviously, to fit into the form factor. They're pretty nice little things. They get around a lot of the cooling because they use AIOs, which is all-in-one water cooling. So as you can see here, that's on the processor, or that might even be the. So they do some of the newer models. They do water cooling for both the processor and the GPU, but like basically water filters in, gets filtered for a radiator, goes back in again. So, but they're notoriously hard to build in and notoriously hard to upgrade, just because like it is you're packing a lot of bullshit into a small area. It's just a lot. It's essentially a fucking wired nightmare.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's what it is. You want to send us all back over there? But yeah, that's. You haven't hit the button.
Oh.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Hit the wrong one.
That was kind of cool though for a second. Take a PS5 over an Xbox Series X though. Just at least the PlayStation is trying.
Is it trying though?
I mean, yeah.
Is it trying?
Yeah, I mean it is.
Trying to look ugly. It's trying to.
I mean, like. Right.
Or do you mean like the console itself? Like the.
No, it tried to look like something different than a Corsair one. Like it didn't. Oh god,
see,
next topic.
I guess like maybe the PS5 is designed in the way it is because there's like it's maybe some kind of like Japanese design philosophy that's going on over there at the minute. Like maybe a lot of stuff looks like that over in Japan at the minute.
It could be very
but
much
it's
based on
fucking ugly. I think so anyway.
Mr. Gore has spotted the next
topic.
He's like, oh my god.
Is he? Hopefully he's not a fan of Star Citizen, because I'm about to drag this motherfucker. No, I'm coming at this with like an outside perspective, but an interested outside perspective.
You mean you had a long discussion about it yesterday?
Star Ocean, wrong game. Star Citizen has been in development since 2012. That game has amassed more money than most games will ever see, and it's not out yet. Like, it's just this section of the podcast is called Feature Creep. What feature creep is in game development is when you're developing a game, you start off with like a core, like we want to do this, and this. It's like, if we get those things in, we will consider this a full game. We will consider this complete. We will consider this is our vision. This is what we want it into. Feature creep is when you get 9 months into development and someone says, well, what if we add this as well? What if we add this? Because this doesn't work anymore. So now we need this. So 3 things becomes 8 things. 8 things becomes 12 things. And then everything destabilizes. That is the development of Star Citizen in a nutshell. The game, it started off as like an Elite Dangerous clone. Elite Dangerous is just you never see your character. You're like a disembodied spaceship pilot. It's first person or third person. You fly about in space. You stop at space stations. it's all online, but it's very hard to actually run into anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You make a living being either like a freighter pilot. You can go and collect bounties, or you can be like a miner. Not like, not a miner as in
like
you're
someone who
selling
like
yourself, but you're too young. Someone who mines in space. Someone who mines.
we know what you meant.
Yeah, someone who mines ore in space. That's pretty much all there is to it. That's how you make your money. That's as far as their that's as far as their kind of scope.
Should we let the audience know that we think Twitch chat might be back up and running?
It could be. It says welcome to the chat room, which is a good start, I guess.
And I've refreshed this numerous times, and I'm getting back in with instantaneous success.
So try the chat again, people.
So no guarantees.
Oh,
Mr. Gore's in.
A lovely message from Mr. Gore.
So it looks like our Twitch chat's back up.
Nope,
it's gone.
It was up for 1 second.
It was up for 1 second. No, it's back again. Is this working?
Yes, test. There's a lot of test messages coming through, but this will probably go off again in a second. So
we'll see how this goes. We'll hopefully
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Maybe the
Tara, the chat went off there about 20 minutes ago, and it hasn't. I think it's finally came back on. We're not entirely sure what's going on.
Fingers crossed, though, guys.
It might go off again. What was I talking about? Before I lose my train of thought, yes. Elite Dangerous. It done exactly what it said it was going to do. It came out. It was great. I played it. I bought it. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted from it. This is fucking great. At the same time, Star Citizen was being developed. It was like, right, we're going to do Elite Dangerous, but we're also going to slap Halo into it. And people were like, what? It's like, you can fly about, you can visit thousands of planets, you can play with people all you want, you can buy hundreds of spaceships. There's also a first-person shooter a first-person shooter single-player campaign built into the game. So you've essentially got 2 full AAA games smashed together. Which is that's a tough job in and of itself.
Yeah, that's messy.
This game is it's entirely crowdfunded by what I can only describe as the stupidest people alive. Some of them, some people have spent thousands of pounds on ships in this game.
Yeah,
ships. Some of them that aren't even in the game yet. They're just like, I'm pre-ordering this ship for when it eventually becomes available in a game that isn't ready after almost 12 years in development, near enough all in. It had an initial Kickstarter campaign, which is just snowballed into this massive thing.
I wasn't aware how bad it was.
Yeah,
until
the main
I read the article.
The main single player campaign, which is called like Squadron 41 or something like that. It has legitimate celebrities in it. It's got like Mark Hamill. It's got Gary Oldman. It's got a full COD style single player campaign to it, in a game that isn't out and doesn't work. And the reason that it's in the kind of spotlight again there is that it had a deadline for I think it was just a single player campaign that was a few days ago.
Yeah.
And your guy Roberts, whatever hell his name is, Chris Roberts or something, just come out and said it's not ready. It's not even near ready. It's so not ready that we're not showing any footage from it. We refuse to show footage of an unreleased or an unfinished game. He clearly was saying that because of what happened with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm going to use this positive view that people have of games being released too early at the minute and try to bluff my way through the fact that I am blowing through this money with absolutely fucking nothing to show for it. Nothing to fucking show for it. They constantly add stuff to the game that it doesn't need. Like they announced there a couple of days ago that they're doing this massive Destiny style PvP world, and people are like, finish the fucking game. Like, you're adding another game onto a game that we've been paying for 10, 12 years that is nowhere near done, that has blown by every deadline it's ever had. It's just so odd. It's like every game that does even one thing that this game has done gets dragged through the mud. But Star Citizen it's continued to exist in this tiny little pocket of mental PC gamers that are happy to just get fucked for 10 years straight because they think that this miracle game will come out at some point and it's just going to have everything. It's going to be a massively online MMO. It's going to be a first person shooter. You're going to be able to fly into thousands of planets. You can like go into hundreds of ships. You can talk to anyone you want. You can do anything you want. It's like the youth have been tricked by this fucking madman who has taken your money. It took more money last year than it had ever taken in its whole development cycle.
It was like 98 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, from like not only crowdfunding but actual investment from businesses and people. What does he know? Does he have photos of someone sucking something that shouldn't be sucking? Like, people are giving this man money literally hand over fist for a game that he refuses to finish, and he literally refuses to show. Like, people have asked him, like, show us footage of this, and he's like, no, because it's not ready. It's like, there should be. Yeah, it has conventions. It has conventions specifically for the game. A game that is not out. A game that I have tried to play. I've tried to play the game. Now, we talked about this yesterday. I've literally tried to find the game to play, and I can't find it. I don't know how you literally play the game. Tried looking. It's like, is there what do you sign up for? Is there a client? Like, do you have to pay money before you even see this game? As far as I can tell, the only way to literally get into the game is at least buy a £45 ship. And I'm not doing that. I'm not buying a ship to play a game that I know is not finished. But I also can't find any footage. Like, I can't find anything from this game. I don't even know if it's a real game. I literally don't know. Like, people are saying that they've played it and that they love it and they've been playing it for months. I physically tried to get the game to play. I don't know where to go to get it. It's making me feel like an idiot. They're like that I'm not in some kind of club because I didn't or like originally give the Kickstarter any money or something like that. But like, it doesn't even give you like a free trial. You know, like a day, like a weekend, like a free trial or anything. Yeah. It's just like, you give us money or you're seeing nothing. Like, you're not even seeing footage. You're not seeing screenshots. You're not seeing nothing. Money first, and then we'll discuss the game.
Fuck.
It is so mad.
So apparently, Mr. Gore's friend went to said convention.
Oh dear God!
And it was in the UK.
Right.
I am kind of fucking shocked by that.
Like, this is the thing. Like, I went on to the Star Citizen, like, kind of the subreddit is probably about the best place to go to see people actually talking about the game who play it.
Yeah.
And there's people in there who are just like, so what if I want to give him, like £800 for ships?
What?
And you're just like, what are you talking about? Like, they're very comfortable in playing for this game that is quite literally never coming out, because like, if these people are just happy to give this guy money, he'll never release the game. Like, because if he releases the game, then he'll stop getting money for it, apparently. But like, I don't know, there's an entire industry around keeping this game running.
So Ocean, being the beautiful man he is, made a stark claim there saying Yandere Simulator will be out before Star Citizen. That's
bold, man.
That's a bold fucking claim. I had to try and like give you the TLDR. I didn't even give you a proper TLDR. Yeah, it's kind of hard to give someone a TLDR.
You give me. I got the gist of it from what you told me yesterday. Like,
what I told you is like 4% of the TLDR. The TLDR takes 2 hours on Yandere Simulator.
And that different, and like the difference with those two, I would say, is that this guy, he has a fucking army of people working on this game. There are hundreds of people working on this game because it's like 4 games now. Because it's like at least,
is he paying them,
it's
or
like 3 separate genres. I don't know. The only thing they really seem to be doing is pumping out ships. Like, that seems to be, he's maybe just has more 3D modelers and artists than anyone else, but they're flying ships out, no pun intended, of the production for that game. It's just like every day it's like ship. It's like, where's the game? Don't care. Ship, buy this ship, big ship, small ship, fast ship, slow ship, whatever. Just buy these ships, buy them. This won't be in the game for 8 months. Buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. That's what their philosophy seems to be. And it's very strange. Very strange. So I look forward to playing it when it comes out.
Sure.
In maybe another 12 years or so.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
But like, I find it very odd that like everything that, you know, every game company is being trashed for these days, this motherfucker's been doing this for almost more than a decade now, and no one has said a word, just because it's just this weird nebulous thing off in the corner.
He's Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, it's because it's so niche that it's never really reached mainstream attention, but it should, because he is scamming people. Like, there's no question about it. Like, that game is a scam. Like, that guy is like a fucking multi-millionaire now for a game that has
10
not
times
came
over.
out. Yeah, definitely. Like, he's probably just pocketing a whole load of that money. Like,
I imagine there's like money, like there's like accounts in fucking Switzerland or something.
Probably, yeah. But he seems to be, he's very much of that, you know, like, it'll be done when it's ready. It's like, yeah, I agree, up to a certain fucking point. Up to a certain, this is not Duke Nukem Forever. Just fucking release the game. Just finish it and fucking release it.
Duke Nukem Forever was a fucking minefield of bullshit, though.
Exactly. But he's taken this cyberpunk stuff, and I think he's starting to.
He's weaponized.
They're used,
narrative,
yeah, exactly, yeah. He's using that as like a smoke shield for like, I'm not releasing this game until it's done. Did you see what happened with them? The biggest game company on the planet that everyone loves. They released a game that wasn't finished, and look what happened. So won't you be happy that I waited now more than a decade to finish this game? Fucking madman.
More like Duke Nukem for never.
I mean, it shouldn't have come out. It was terrible.
It was awful. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when it came to Duke Nukem Forever. I never played it.
I tried. I don't know if I bought it or not. I think I went and rented it. How did I buy it? I think I borrowed it. I borrowed it off Kieran.
Right.
He had it. He bought it day one. I was like, I'm not fucking buying that game day one. And then I played it. I think I got about halfway through. I got to the point where it's that level that everyone hates, where he's running through, you know, like sewers or something, and he's just battering these poor women who are like, they've been turned into, like, they're in the middle of being turned into aliens, and they're all like, oh, help me, Duke. He's like, go fuck yourself, and then just shoots them in the face. You're like, this is not a protagonist that I want to be controlling. And I just turned it off and never went back.
Yeah, that's fair. That guy sounds like a bit of a dick.
Because it was also just a shit game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that
point you could tell it was like several years old.
Fenton!
We need to thank Blue for hitting that follow button.
I'll thank him. Thank you, Blue.
Hope you're keeping
well.
well.
One day we'll find Fenton. One day we'll find
Fenton. But I hope he's keeping well. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because he's looking well.
He is looking well. Who's that, Fenton or Blue?
Blue.
Damn right it is.
You know Vardal?
Yeah.
I've told this story on stream, but I don't know if you were there. He likes that little set I have, right? And one day he was streaming. I went down. I was like, I'll watch on. I'm lurking for 2 minutes, and someone comes in and he goes, I stole this one. And then he goes, I hope you're keeping well, so and so, because you're looking well.
Did you report him?
Then I immediately in my ass at the keyboard and go like, I wonder where I fucking heard that from, motherfucker. And next thing you know, he starts laughing his head off, going, you caught me. I was like, I did caught you, you son of a bitch.
Get him banned.
Okay, Vardal's good people. We need to get him into the studio sometime.
I'm joking.
He's lovely. He's working night shift. He's working at the Corona Center, you know, the testing facilities, doing night shift.
That's where Claire's working.
Really?
She's in the lab. She's a scientist.
She's been scientist.
She's a big scientist.
He's doing security. He's doing the night shift security.
Okay. People that want to steal COVID tests.
Dude, the people. What I learned yesterday from talking to Tara, people do some weird shit when it comes to COVID.
People leaving them out just to go. Just
it's like, oh yeah, here this fucking vaccine dog, dog, I'm going to ruin these vaccines for people.
Fuck them, those fucking people.
Cunts.
Scum. Oh, my headphones just died.
Oh, God damn it. Should we get on to the next story, mate?
The last one. This is just one for me. If the chat is still working, just give me one comment if you ever played Titan Quest. Just
hell yeah.
Just give me a hell yeah. Actually, yeah. Just type the words hell yeah, or just this gif of Stone Cold will be fine. Just you can tweet that to the PvP podcast. Just a little Stone Cold going hell yeah. But I think Titan Quest was out. I want to say
2005 wasn't it? 2006.
Yeah, it was really old, and I think it had a wee rebirth in maybe 2012 or 13. I think maybe.
I got like a I got like
There's a definitive version or something come out.
yeah, I got like
later.
a bunch of like a pack of it.
Yeah.
From like when when Steam started doing the initial the first runs of the Steam still, you'd give them $40 and they would give you a whole catalog of games.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
I got one of those.
Yeah, it's real fucking good. I was playing it. It's in. I think it's the one of these PSN Go or Now or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
It's in there. I was playing it at the start of the year. It was like, it's still a fucking good game. It's still it's like one of those like really old school.
It's a top down.
Not Diablo. More. Do you remember like Champions, like those PS2 games?
I would say it's kind of in the same realm of Baldur's.
Well, okay, yeah, actually, I suppose so. Baldur's Gate, because it was all like fucking Greek mythology and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they finally Handy Games. I
Yeah.
don't know if that was the original developer, but it's certainly the people that are doing this one. They teased a wee like it was a Titan Quest image on their Twitter, but it was very much like new artwork. And it was quite obviously the same two people that were on the original Titan Quest cover.
Yeah.
And that was a wee sneaky like. We look at this. Anyone in the comments that likes Titan Quest?
So kind of get a big hell yeah for the Titan Quest fans out
So
there.
I'm very happy with that.
Holy shit, Blue just dropping the hot sub on us with the Prime Gaming. Thank you very much, Blue.
Oh my!
He's just keeping it classy right here.
Love a tasty wee sub.
He's just Blue's being beautiful people.
Does that mean that if they're the subs, are we the doms then? So
we could be their doms, or we could be their switches.
Oh, so we have to dominate everyone in the chat at some point.
Everyone is a sub if they want to.
Right. Well, that's why you sub, because you want to be a sub.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's interesting though. Like getting back to the game though, because we're terrible for tangents. We're terrible for tangents.
What are you talking about?
But it's one of those ones where like it'd be interesting to see what type of like game model they bring with us, especially considering what's like the game's coming out next few while. I mean, we're going to be looking at one of them a little bit later.
Yeah.
But then we also have like Diablo 4 on the cusp of release at some point, and then we have.
This is the thing. I think. What do you call it? I think the studio that's making it. I think that they're a small enough studio that they'll go like the Divinity route, and they'll just try to make a good game, and they'll not do any bullshit with like we'll DLC all this, or we'll.
Oh yeah, that's something. I was just thinking like the sort of game model.
Yeah, no. I doubt any of it will be monetized or anything. They'll because they're not those games. They're not the hardest to make. So you start like because a lot of like indie game studios will start with like an isometric kind of thing. Like Shadowlands and stuff like that. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility for them to make a really good one with a relatively small team. Yeah. But they're a big enough studio, so I think they should be able to handle it.
Especially a game, it's got like a beloved nature to it as well. So I feel like people will be like, oh, it's a small indie doing a game that we kind of remember and kind of love. I'm up for this. I'll whack them a few coin. Why not? Let's see where this goes. I'm looking forward to see what they come up with. Before we go into the multiplayer section, though, we have a game of the year roundups.
A game of the year round table.
Just a round table of what you were able to discover from perusing
just
the internet.
A few ones that I can't really give a fuck about.
So Twitch pretty broke these days.
It does. It is a little bit broke.
It's been glitched out.
Today it's a little.
So we're going to kind of look at the games of the years from a few different publications, because again, like we kind of tried to stress about the game of the year is that there's so many games of the years that they are just opinions, and that we shouldn't really give too much weight to like one.
I'd say
independent
this year I guess was a bit of an odd year because there was significantly less AAA games out than there probably would have been than most years. I guess.
So you decided to do a little roundup?
Yeah, I went looking for publications that I either know about or at least respect their opinion, I suppose. I'll start off by saying that Jump Bomb aren't doing theirs until January. So like they said, they're not starting theirs until next week. At some point.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, I went searching there the other day.
I enjoy their game of the year roundups.
I know, but their game of the year coverage, just if anything, I think it's a bit much, honestly. Like it's like 5 days of like 8-hour videos. Like,
yeah, but you know what? See, when you've got like stuff to do, like if you're like in work or you're like you just need to listen to some intelligent conversation about video games. Yeah, that's not us. It's one of those ones where Jam Pop's good for that. I mean, I I don't give them enough.
I
I don't give them enough attention these days.
Yeah.
But like Gerstmann's still like he's kind
still,
of like
he
my gold
knows. Yeah,
standard.
he definitely knows what he's talking about. But I think like that website as a whole has started meandering a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, their stuff is all over the place now,
Yeah.
and it's actually quite hard to find anything on their website.
Yeah, because I was
anymore.
trying to do that when we were trying to do the original round, our original awards. I was looking for inspiration of what some of the categories we should look at.
Yeah.
And I went to Jam. I was like, Jam Bob, she got like a robust amount of awards. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're not going to use them all, but maybe get a little bit of inspiration. Couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
But like trying to navigate their website these
It's
days.
a bit mental, like it's just they just have so many videos. They
No,
have
you-
just hundreds of videos. Like,
You know what's happened though? It's because they lost developers like Alexi Gaista, who went to Twitch and then recently left Twitch, and now Twitch is broke.
oh my god!
So it's because Alexi Gaista
like a Superman.
left Twitch. Clearly, Twitch is now broke now.
Fucking
He,
constant.
he left Jam Bomb, and Jam Bomb's design went to hell,
Yeah.
and now Twitch has gone to hell.
What can you do?
You know, Alexi Gaista, on the off chance you're watching, my friend, we miss your design work.
We miss you. Right. So you're gonna see pretty much the same 3 games because everyone just has the same opinion apparently. Even though
Yeah.
like both of our games, they didn't turn up in any of.
No, they did not. They did not at all.
Neither of ours were in any publications top picks.
Yeah, really weird. So, first one is Eurogamer.
Eurogamer, Eurogamer, a fairly respectable outlet. Seem very unbiased. They've been going on for a long time.
I want to say, no, that wasn't what I was going to say. That was what. God, I can't remember his name now.
Is it Jason Schreier you're talking about?
No, not Jason
No.
Schreier. Dan from Jam Bomb, formerly of Jam Bomb, used to work on, but wasn't. That was something else. He did a different.
I thought he
publication.
worked on like Rock Paper Shotgun or something.
No, he worked in
Oh, he was on PC Gamer or like
Game Informer.
Game Informer.
was-
That's the
was-
one. Yep.
Game Informer.
Yeah.
Apologies, I misremembered his role.
Which I did not put in here because I don't care.
I don't read Game Informer.
No, me neither. Nothing
Yeah, against them, it's
Eurogamer picked Hades, which as a game I haven't played, I can't really. I can't comment on that too much, but I know you're playing it and you're loving it.
I'm loving it.
Loving it.
I play it off stream at the minute because we're on the Yakuza train right now
Yeah.
on stream. But Hades, if I wasn't playing a Yakuza game, I'd
You'd be
probably
playing
play
Hades,
Hades,
yeah.
right now on stream.
Are you all right with them picking Hades? Is there?
Yeah,
same
yeah,
here?
yeah. Like there's enough charm, beauty, great combat, great systems, dialogue's wonderful. You know, there's just enough flavor. Like it's Super Giant are good at just like taking. Yeah, you know what's kind of like. You know when you just kind of get like a 9-inch pizza, right? You
It's
just-
small, but it's good.
small but good.
Yeah.
Like you don't overdo it with the toppings. You just kind of keep it simple. Make maybe
If
two
you-
toppings.
If
right?
you can find anywhere that does a cheese pizza,
Yeah.
a really, really good
yeah,
cheese
like
pizza,
a really good
you're
9-inch
set.
cheese pizza.
yeah,
You know,
you're set. Like
it's like it's not a lot, but it's full of flavor. Gets the basics
that
down
is,
well.
yeah, that's what if a place can't do a margarita properly,
No,
then they can't make pizza.
No, they
That's
can't
just
make pizza.
Straight up can't make pizza. Like
It's like there's just a very it's just kind of like it's just the right amount of like game systems, the right weight to them,
Yeah.
the right texture to like the and tone to like the graphics and the voice design stuff. So yeah, I could totally see why. I could totally see why Eurogamer picked that there.
Yeah.
That was to me, it's a really sensible choice.
she's talking about the pizza.
Oh yeah,
not
I'm
Hades.
fully aware. I'm fully aware.
Yeah,
Because like, I
Um,
think everyone kind of wanting a pizza right now. As
Yeah.
you said that, I was like, I wouldn't mind.
I would eat a pizza right now. Like,
One of these days, I'm going to order as a pizza during the podcast.
is it not bad etiquette to eat when you're on a podcast?
As long as you're not eating when you're talking.
Right. So I'll just let you have like a little monologue, and then I'll just go into the back and be like,
I mean, you can eat it on screen.
okay, well, fair enough. Tara, if I come home to a cheese pizza, I'll be alright with it.
You'd probably be even more beloved despite the fact that he
Yeah.
has an endless amount of love for you.
Mute your mics while you chew. That's a good.
I mean, it's the directional mics are good. Like, see if I.
if we do this.
I
want to fuck the shit out of you.
Yeah, I feel like it's harder for the they'll hear something.
hear, like,
everything.
sounds like someone sucking a dick in the
back of
car. I'll just be like,
It's muffled, but it's not as like. So yeah, like these mics are designed for
for
like,
people to
very
eat on
direct
stream.
capture.
Yep.
It's not like they're.
Oh, I don't know. Our takeaways shut. I have no idea. Don't know what's going on anymore.
Every takeaway is shut at 8 o'clock. Yeah, today, and then it goes back to normal tomorrow.
Okay, fair enough.
It goes back to normal to like 11 o'clock closure.
Just
or
start
something like that.
making pizza dough then,
Oh, that's a good shout.
because we have yeast and flour.
Yeah. Should we go on to the next game though?
Yes. PC Gamer. This is the odd one, I guess, of the list.
Yes.
yeah.
Very odd actually.
PC Gamer. This is games for the PC. This is for PC gamers. Death Stranding. So strange. A game
2020
that,
release, yeah.
yeah, it's not. But it's. I mean, like, it's a game that it had nothing to do with being a PC title. Like, I would have figured PC Gamer would have picked, a PC game, like a game that only exists on. I'm shocked that they didn't pick Half-Life Alyx, because that's a very intense. You need equipment to run that game, and PC gamers are the only ones who can literally play that game at the minute. So
Yeah.
that should have been in more like Flight Simulator or something like that, like the high end version of Flight Simulator.
I think it comes down to the individual again. I mean, what we discussed earlier, it's opinions, right? And it's all down to the individual.
That's true. So yeah, they picked the PC version of Death Stranding, a game which, from what I
still
saw,
haven't played.
I fucking detested. So
I've told you this yesterday. I mean, me and you have like when we're not on, where I'm not like up at yours and
Yeah.
I spend a lovely time with you, Tara. We talk maybe at least once a week
At
on
least,
phone
yeah.
call,
yeah,
and then obviously we text each other throughout the
Yeah.
week. But we always have a phone call,
Mhm.
and part of our phone call yesterday, I even said to you, it's like I'm never playing that game until they give it to me for free. It's like now you're going to rent it. It's like, no, I want them to give me the copy for free. Like, I don't want any of my investment in any regard to go to them. They need to give me this copy for free before
Yeah.
I'll even consider playing it.
I mean, you're not going to get there is no Kojima love from this team from this team of hosts. Like, I haven't liked the way he makes games in a long time, and Death Stranding did not look like it was going to change my fucking opinion at all. I haven't played it.
I give them a bit of slack with the MGS games because, like, at least they had.
Even they went balls,
But
by
they went balls,
4
yeah.
or
I
so.
think it's 5 that's kind of. 5's when the sourness came in for me.
I really, really hated 4. Really hated it.
3
was good.
was 4 was the least of my favorites.
Yeah.
Weird enough, 2 was my favorite.
Yeah, 2 or 3, I guess.
But
Ocean, you love any game you want.
You love that game all you want, dude.
It's okay to like a game. That's fine.
Yeah, you do you boo. But like,
But don't you dare come here and start talking about your love of Death Stranding.
But yeah, it's one of those ones where like I can see like Sony at some point just giving that game away for free as part of like PS Plus. So I'll wait then.
Eventually, maybe like 2 years from now or something like that. it'll be.
Yeah, and like, I'm no rush to play that fucking thing.
I just thought, as far as like the fact that PC Gamer gave that game the year, I just thought that was very strange. Like, was it the fact that it was just the PC version specifically, or just that whoever
It'd
played
have to
it
be the PC version specifically.
really liked that game, regardless of what it was on?
It'd have to be the PC version specifically. They've supported that game weirdly on PC. Like, a lot of the DLC and stuff tends to be like skins for the bikes and stuff.
Have they already like left the PS4 version?
The development team are just, so they made the PC game. Sorry, the PC version of it, but they've like incorporated like skins from other things. So I think they had like a Cyberpunk skin on one of the bikes.
I saw
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah, the bike. Yeah.
And then they had like other. I want to say they put like some Half-Life stuff in there when it released on Steam. So they've been working with other developers and other publishers and kind of like incorporating little like cosmetical DLCs depending on here, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So I know it runs a hell of a lot better on PC because it's getting
it's
PC.
Yeah.
It's getting PC fucking horsepower, and it's like sits comfortably around. I want to say it sits comfortably around like the 70 frames per second, and then I want to say it goes up to 90 or even 100 frames per second with like the new graphics cards on DSSL or DLSS
Right,
for
yeah,
2.0,
that
which
new
is like
shit,
upscaling graphic. It's an upscaling graphic AI that helps with rendering and reduce. It's weird. It AI fills in textures.
Oh, yeah.
But they are near perfect.
That's
and
right.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to.
I watched a bunch of videos on that. Like,
It's really impressive tech.
a couple months ago.
I'm really, really excited to see what it's like first.
It was weird. The thing I saw about that kind of tech is that they took it was like 480p videos, and blew them up to 4K, and it looked like 4K footage. Like, what the fuck? How do they even do that? It's like it was an AI that's filling in the blank for like the empty space with you know,
The right color.
I was like, fuck me, that's mad.
Yeah,
So like that just means that like you can stream. You could stream a game in 480p and have someone watch it at 4K.
So what they're
This
doing,
is
like,
wild,
how it works, I think, is it takes like trying to be a little bit less make it a little less difficult than the AI. What they do a lot of it, they kind of upscale to 4K or even 8K. Funny enough,
Yeah.
They take for 8K, I believe they use 1440p resolution footage and then upscale at the 8K.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's just enough more pixel density in that there to work with.
Oh, I've drawn game art in 4K, and there's fucking plenty of pixels to work with.
So so yeah, it's an interesting technology, but I think like that's one of the PC games that utilize
Right,
it.
people are probably, their eyes are probably starting to roll into the back of their head.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
it's
I'm a bit of a
ridiculous.
fucking PC nerd. I'm sorry.
The official PlayStation blog. So this is like, you know, very
Is it the official one? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. It's very unsurprising what they give it to, because I took this. Their list was a list of 10 games.
Yeah.
And it was literally 10 PlayStation exclusives. So the official PlayStation blog give it to Sony's The Last of Us 2. So obviously they were going to they were going to give it to a Sony title. A game that I have also not played and I don't care to play for a while yet. But I'll get to it.
That's fair.
I guess
Get around to it when you get around to it.
Yeah, I've got other things that I would want to play more than that. So whatever. I know you were lukewarm on it. The nice way to put it. Put it down to your most disappointing game of 2020.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't a bad game. Like I had to express it. Wasn't a bad game.
It was just
for me.
disappointing.
It just could have been better.
I'm sure Ocean has probably retreated into sitting under his chair or something right now, just not listening to us talk about Last of Us 2.
Yeah. Next one, though, we'll skip closely or swiftly past that. So we IGN.
Good old IGN.
Good old IGN.
Fucking
8 out of 10.
wankers.
Too much water.
Yeah, not enough cash that was given to us. 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
They also picked Hades.
Hades. I mean,
Hades, lovely Hades.
fair.
Shocked that they give it to like. I don't know if I would consider. I don't think I would consider Supergiant Games an indie company anymore.
No.
Maybe a double A. They're certainly not the same 4 people that made Bastion
No, they are
anymore.
not.
But happy to see that they're getting their fair dues still.
Yeah, I
Which is
remember when we
nice.
watched that original documentary that Jump Up did on the creation of the studio.
Yeah, like literally, like their sound recording was the cloakroom. It was
Yeah.
the dresser in someone's bedroom that they just stuck a bunch of soundproofing up on and had someone come in and do. It was
Voice
like
lines?
it was the girl that done the voice for your mate or whatever in Bastion. I can't quite remember. Didn't Bastion have like? It didn't have Ron Perlman in it, did it?
No, but
No,
it had
it
this really incredible
Like a
voice
deep
actor.
voice, the deep
narrated
voice
your own-
narrator. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. Ocean, back out from under the table. We're not talking about Last of Us.
Show me the money!
Me too.
Jerry, you better
Hear
go!
anything?
Show
Motherfucker.
me the money!
I like this guy. He's a tight guy.
Well, yeah, Exodus being an absolute sweetheart, supporting us a little bit more. Just
Well
dropping
done, Blue.
little
You're a
tipples.
lovely boy. Mwah.
He's a very lovely.
Very lovely. Mwah. Mwah. $3 worth of kisses. Mwah. Ocean, get out of the table. Come on. Get up here. We're not talking about Last of Us 2 anymore. Yeah, IGN give it to Hades. GameSpot, the website we all started on, and by that I mean at the point of the internet, GameSpot was about
Yeah, it was
the
like the
only,
go-to.
It was about the only gaming website that was worth going to, because it was, you know, it had actual people writing for it and not
Yeah.
just like Panda Fucker 82 doesn't like Jade Empire because there was too many Asian people in it or something like that.
Yeah.
That's about the kind of stuff that you were dealing with at that point. GameSpot had Jeff Gershman working for it.
Yeah, until the infamous moment.
until
Kane Lynch 2.
lovely EA and their shit games.
No, it wasn't EA. That was Codemasters.
who done Kane Lynch?
Kane Lynch 2. Wasn't Codemasters. Who the
No,
fuck
it was,
was
I think
actually?
it was EA. No.
No, it was IO Interactive and Eidos. Eidos, now Square Enix.
Yeah. Fuckers.
So I'm
Wait,
not
no, it was Kane Lynch 1. So, it
So
was,
what I thought it was 2. That
No,
was
it
the
was one.
egregious one.
No, it was 1. Like, no one gave a fuck about Kane Lynch by the time the sequel was out.
Still
It
Eidos.
was still Eidos. That's
Still
right.
Eidos time. They are now owned by Square Enix, but not Square Enix.
Yeah. Fuck them.
But yeah, fair enough.
GameSpot, the only one that as far as I can tell, give this game the time of day, which is a bit odd. It turned up on the odd, like, here's a wider list of games that we like this year.
Yeah.
But they were the only one. They the only website that I could see that picked this, because I looked at the other couple of sites that just weren't kind of, you know, their opinions didn't really mean that much to me. But there's a few other websites that looked at this game as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it?
It was Half-Life Alyx, a game that I am actually really intrigued to play at some point.
I would like to give it a go. I do like VR, but
Yeah.
I have, you know,
You're just not a Half-Life boy though. That's the
oh
thing.
god, no, I hate Half-Life. I hate Steam's. I hate Valve's games. I just don't like the way they make games. But as far as like as far as my, you know, VR professionalism goes, like, I have the Play-Doh of VR. I have the PSVR, which is, you know, like the child version, the baby VR headset. So
VR is on my roadmap of things to get for the PC this year. I have a roadmap of many things for this year for me. I always like make like a roadmap of purchases I need to make.
Becoming a male stripper. That's
Yeah.
Getting better at giving head. Those two. We were talking about that last night. And then getting a new monitor. That was your third one, right?
New monitor, capture card. At some point, I might even move to the new, an upgraded version of the CPU chipset as well as the motherboard.
Right. Big
chair.
Big gallon.
Chair.
You were talking about a gallon of oil last night.
Gallon of oil?
Yeah, like body oil. You need that, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right about that there. I wanted to get that there, but I was specifically to set myself fire on with. Yeah. So
you don't want.
So then when someone actually in the chat in one of my solo streams tells me to die in a fire, I can actually do it for real.
You can just set yourself on fire.
Yeah,
you don't want that like flame retardant oil that like
No.
special effects teams use, so you can set yourself on fire, but you'll be fine until someone puts you out.
Yeah, no. I want to, when someone be rude to me in the chat and tells me to die in a fire, I can do it on stream.
You can just set yourself on fire. That's
Yeah.
Half-Life Alyx looks like an actual full VR game. Like, as much as Resident Evil 7 is a full VR game, which it is.
That's what we need to get back to. But
yeah, I would like to finish that at one point, but I was horrifically ill after that stream.
It was
a long
VR-a-thon.
It's playing one game in VR for a few hours is fine, but playing 7 games in quick succession
of 2.5 to 3 hours,
a bad idea, as I learned very quickly. Like, I was fine literally up until we got into Resident Evil 7, which was the last game, and I was like,
I'm gonna throw this out here, man. I think I was pretty good at Surgeon Simulator.
You were
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I'd love to play the second one.
Is that
there
out
is
yet?
a second one? Yeah, I believe so. I think it's a PlayStation exclusive or PC exclusive.
Surgeon Simulator was good crack. I think most of the stuff I had was like, you know, just those like shooty bang games, which were fun. I got one. What the fuck was it called? It's like Shadow. It was a horribly generic title, and it was also kind of a shit game, but it was like we tried to make a Jet Li action game into a VR experience. It was not Raid Shadow Legends in VR, but I would play that in VR if we were sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, which we will be one day. No, we're sponsored by the Ball people.
We're trying to get sponsored by the Ball people.
Who are they again? What do you call them?
Manscaped.
We're trying to get sponsored by Manscaped, so if everyone could just go tweet them real quick.
I want
on our behalf.
I'm pretty ever.
Like, I shave my balls a lot, so I would like to be sponsored by someone who sells ball shaving equipment.
So like it's one of those things where like I'm trying to give her a pitch to them, and I said to them that we will shave some genitals live on stream.
Yeah, sure. I think they would love that. Like, who doesn't like seeing their products used?
Like a live demo.
Yeah.
So I mean, to be fair, we'll have a set of each type of genital.
Yeah.
So we'll
get Tara down. We'll shave hers as well.
Jesus Christ! I wasn't going to go there with that.
Well, you can leave, but I'll
I'm going to leave for that one. Actually,
I'll shave her. She can shave me. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's fine. You can take the reign on that one.
And while we're doing that, you'll be in the background playing Raid Shadow Legends. So we're just gonna double up our sponsorship streams.
I'll just be sitting in the corner looking away playing Raid Shadow Legends.
You'll be playing on the projector.
Yeah, I'll put the projector up.
Put the projector on the wall, and just for the love of God, don't turn around while we're shaving each other's genitals.
Yeah.
That's a quality stream right there. Like, I don't think anyone could argue with it.
I just didn't see that one going in that direction.
I do think that is pretty romantic. Just a little bit of genital shaving. Why the fuck not?
I feel like I'm the weird. Well, I would be the weird fucker in the corner, wouldn't I?
You would be, because you would literally be in the corner.
Yeah. Playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Playing Raid Shadow Legends, the
Yeah.
best game on the planet,
Yeah. Such a fucking...
according to all those YouTubers.
Yeah, according to all those YouTubers. Let's get through this list. We are dry.
Yeah, we're way late. The Game Awards, the official, and I use that term very lightly. The official Game Awards also picked Hades. No, they picked The Last of Us 2, because of course they were going to. Does anyone really care about what the Game Awards picked?
Fuck no, I do not.
No.
I don't like them just because
a
they
weird,
act like
a weird toothless body that has this strange kind of like we're like the best in the industry, but yet they're all like anonymous. Like, get the fuck, no one fucking cares what you think. Fuck you, Jeff Keighley, you big weirdo. Polygon, the game website that hates games.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
They picked Hades as well. So
sensible choice.
Hades, from the publications that I looked at, Hades is the clear winner because it beat The Last of Us 2 by a few entries.
Okay.
Two or three entries, which is just kind of nice. I like that. I like
Yeah,
that a
like
little team, a
got
game made by a team of like maybe less than 30 people can beat out just corporate money, which is essentially what Sony is at this point. Like,
Yeah, just big money.
we're gonna fund the life out of you.
Yeah, just
And
big money.
The last one, which I put in just for the sheer shits and giggles, a publication that I have literally never heard of before, which is PC Games N, or I think it's supposed to be like PC Games Squared, right? Because the N is like a little N in the corner.
Oh, okay.
They picked Doom Eternal,
Interesting choice.
and I just can't really work out why.
I like the game,
Even if you like the game,
but I didn't think it was.
it was nowhere near the best game out this year,
No,
like in any way, shape, or form, because it was a sequel. It was a sequel to a game
I
that
mean, a
was
sequel doesn't make it a
but
bad game.
It was a sequel to a better game. It was the first one was just leagues better than Doom Eternal.
Yeah, it just it did when I saw that there when I was looking through the doc yesterday, I was like,
This is
what
weird.
The fuck is
It
this
was literally
game doing
like
here?
out of all the things that I looked at, and I looked at quite a lot. It was about 30 publications all in.
Yeah,
It was the only one that even mentioned Doom Eternal. There was a few that had it in like it's here's a list of 20 games that we like this year, and Doom Eternal was like somewhere down the bottom of most of those lists.
but it
and then
wasn't necessarily
yeah.
like the best game of
Yeah,
this of
and
this
then
year.
Suddenly, here's a publication that I've literally never heard of before, Doom Eternal. Like, okay, I thought maybe they looked like that they were affiliated with like Games Radar or something at one point, because they had very similar designs. But
I stopped caring about Games Radar when
I have no
the
idea.
obvious people left.
I have no idea what's even going on with that website now.
No.
It's like it's been dissolved, I think, by like Tech Radar or something.
Probably. I mean, like the heart and soul of that website to me was like your Chris Antista,
Your Brad Alston,
your Brett Alston, your Michael Raparez.
They're well gone.
Like Brett's working for Sony or Capcom. I can't work out.
Brett works for Capcom. I've talked to him.
Capcom.
I've talked to him on Twitter a couple of times. Like,
Yeah.
and like I was actually supposed to meet him at GDC this year,
just
like
didn't happen.
for a meeting. Like, not even like, oh, we'll fucking meet up in a bar. It's like we were supposed to be meeting with someone at Capcom, and
That would have been surreal, especially because I used to be a fan of his.
yeah,
as well.
and like we had communicated a couple of times on like Games Radar, like their DM system or like forum messages and stuff like that. It would have been funny to be like, oh yeah, I used to do fan art for you guys like fucking 13 years ago, and now here I am talking to you as like not a peer, but like
as a member of the industry
in a business sense.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been pretty cool. But they're
a
still
little bit lucky to be able to do that sometimes again.
yeah,
you know?
that would be fun, but we'll see.
But yeah, like the heart and soul of that. I mean, I think Chris Antista's part of the Laser podcast network.
Yeah, well they moved to Laser Time, but that just never it never kind of quite got me in the same way that Games Radar stuff did. I don't really know why, but I think you still just
apparently it's a network. It still works pretty well. Apparently they're still doing stuff.
Well,
that's good. We got a whole different little we got a little additional segment today here, guys.
Yeah, we got a dildo.
I know we're running this podcast is running really slow today just because of the med tech faults we had.
Yeah.
So
well,
if it does feel a little bit offbeat,
which
we
is
apology.
fault, like it's not our fault.
Not our fault. Twitch's fault. We do apologize.
Twitch.
It does feel a
We
little
also
bit offbeat.
It was a wee bit of extra preamble today, but that's because we were trying to wait until to see if,
What the fuck was happening with the website?
if it fucked up or not. Do you have a USB like charge or anything in here?
for what type of charge do you need? Is it for your phones or is it?
It's for these headphones. Like they can still, they can work if they're being charged. Watch these trailers.
That won't extend. That won't extend. Sorry.
Oh wait.
You are going to be leaning in to see this. You gonna be okay doing this? That doesn't look like a comfortable. Yeah. If you want the headphones, I can give you the headphones while they charge. If you want to listen to the trailers, I'll listen to nothing. I don't mind.
No, I'll listen to nothing. Fuck you. I'll use my own ears.
Okay.
What if I just like sit really close to you?
That's an option. Let's move over. Can you do me a favor and can you? So we're gonna look at some of the trailers that we think are quite interesting. They're quite interesting. We thought that we could use a little like second look at for.
So because we're in the transitional period, I guess, of like, you know, the PS4 and stuff into PS5, I figured that maybe from now for the next couple of months at least there would be a decent platter of game, you know, like game trailers and like new teaser trailers and shit for stuff that will be coming out. So I figured, why not? We are a visual podcast. There's a video element to this podcast, so why not incorporate some motherfucking videos? So we're just going to be watching some trailers for upcoming games
that we think look kind of cool.
That look kind of cool in the year of 2021.
So we're going to have a little look at that. And our first one's well, you probably saw it in the title there.
I did. They all did. This is the trailer for Stalker 2. So in this game, you play a man who moves to Japan and then finds the first woman that he sees and just stalks her.
Just had to readjust the volume there slightly because we were getting.
I can hear that from here.
Yeah.
So what I like about this trailer is that it's in game. It's in engine footage. It's not in game footage, but it's in engine footage, and that is very impressive as far as I'm concerned. I like Stalker 1. It was super creepy. It was like even creepier than Metro, I thought, just because no hand holding whatsoever. It's like you don't know what you're doing. You will die as soon as you fight like a group of enemies. Stalker 2 is a game that I've mentioned several times in this already. I'm very, very happy about this coming out this year, and I'm looking quite forward to it. That is not what you actually do in the game. The game involves you kind of running about the irradiated zone in Russia, or you know, like
maybe Ukraine.
It's like the Eastern European tundra, I guess, that you know, like the world has been devastated by nuclear war. Stalker stands for something. I can't remember what it is. It's like STALKER. It stands for something. But it's really, if you want a game that just creeps the fuck out of you while you're trying to play it, give Stalker 1 a go. Like you just constantly feel like something's just gonna come bolting at you, you know, out of the shadows, and you're like, very creepy. But yeah, Stalker 2. I think it just got confirmed as a Xbox and PC exclusive.
Right.
Like, I think maybe just a couple of days ago, and I think people are not that happy about that. I mean, it was 99% a PC game. Like, you know what? 99.
I was surprised to see it coming on
99.9% a PC game. Like, it's probably actually only fired the Xbox thing in there because, you know, it'll be on the Game Pass at some point, and people will just be playing it on PC. The same way Wasteland 3 was like just a PC game that you could also play on an Xbox if you really wanted, but people were playing it on the PC. Like, let's not be honest. I'll make a game where you move to Japan and you just stalk anime ladies, but actually wait, you know what, that's the villain of the game. You play a invisible protector that beats the fuck out of those people and saves the anime ladies, but you also don't touch. You're just there. You're there as like a protective spirit.
Glittery bat, pink glittery bat.
Yeah, okay. That's JoJo territory, but all right, we'll make it work.
JoJo.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, look at the next trailer.
A game I had literally never heard of.
Let's have a look at it.
Chrono Odyssey. I get a very like Final Fantasy vibe from it, but I don't like. The trailers still really do that thing where they present, you know, oh, this is what the game's going to look like. It's definitely what it's going to look like. And then you play it and it's like, this is what it's going to look like.
I hate when they do that
Yeah, but like at this point, technology has moved
so far that it could
so
be like
far
that.
this could be in-game footage. Like,
Oh, that could actually be in-game footage.
this reminds
for-
me quite a lot of like Black Desert Online and stuff like that.
It has a very Korean look.
Yeah,
Game to it.
I'm pretty sure this is a Korean RPG, but
Okay.
it's like made for the English market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that had like a Korean art. That had a very Korean RPG
Yeah.
look to it.
All like vaguely anime and it has a wee bit of a mobile ad game to it, but I think this is not in-game footage, but this is, you know, representative of what is going to be in the game. And
This
it's not,
could
it's
be
not,
in
not a
engine
mobile-
footage, maybe.
Yeah, it's not a mobile game. I think it'll probably be closer to like Dragon's Dogma or something, which could be cool.
That could be cool.
So I'll keep an eye out for this. It might be an MMO based on like the amount of character designs and stuff there are, but there's enough in it that I'm like, yeah, all right, I can see this. I could fuck with this. It does remind me a lot of Black Desert Online, which was an MMO, which I played for a bit, which was kind of cool. But it kind of looks like could be a Final Fantasy game,
I'm very enamored with this.
or
Actually,
like a Korean Dragon Age.
yeah. Well, I'm getting very enamored with this.
Yeah, fucking Snake in there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be people's new waifu, because that's what happens. So they should put a girl in a game now.
What do you want to call her?
Korean waifu. I don't know.
I'm gonna call her.
You got that? You got the elf in there with the skin tight nonsense.
I'm gonna call her Stacy.
Stacy, the waifu. Right.
Stacy waifu.
I mean, you have to respect the effort.
The only reason I picked Stacy's because I don't know anyone called Stacy.
Chrono waifu. Call her that.
Chrono waifu. Okay,
From Your Boy Ocean.
that's my waifu.
I really hope this isn't just a mobile game. Like, that looks like footage there. That looks like someone's controlling that.
That does look like someone's controlling that. Yeah. Korean D&D game. Nisu and Green. Hey, Freed, how's you?
What up, Fred?
Keep well. Just looking well.
Like a Korean Dark Souls or something, maybe?
Yeah, that's actually, that's probably a good shout actually. Like a pseudo Korean Dark Souls.
You have to play as the boring McFuck guy. Yeah, the guy with the shave, the guy with just like the buzz cut haircut. He probably will be like the main protagonist.
I kind of want to play as the guy with the eye patch.
Not the beautiful blonde boy or the guy with the eye patch.
I like a.
So yeah, no, I fucking idea what this game is.
See when I saw like the.
I don't know what M-Pixel is. I hope it's not like a phone thing or something. Like,
We'll have to Google it. We'll have to look into it at some point.
I maybe should have looked into it at some point, but at this
Yeah.
point, I was just like, I'm gonna find some cool trailers
Yeah.
and look at these trailers. But at that part at the end, that did look like it could have been in-game footage,
Yeah.
which
It was just,
nice.
there was just enough combat happening there to make me feel like that was.
Yeah.
And some of those like set piece moments look like nice in game, because like when we're getting to that point where graphics are getting better, and it's not unheard of to have these massive set piece moments inside an engine. Like the Uncharted games would do that.
yeah,
You'd have these great like set piece moments that would like be an engine and would really add a lot of like just real world consequences to what's what happened. Like it's like, oh god, that's not me watching this. I have to fucking react to this shit
I have
now.
to fight this cunt.
Yeah. All them characters, like those stock characters from D&D First Edition, kind of lazy but pretty.
They were all very pretty characters,
Yeah.
very pretty artwork,
It looks worrying. Let's
worryingly good.
let's see the next one. This is what I was actually really keen on when I first saw it. It was like, I think I first saw this at like the PlayStation fucking.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? This trailer came out like 3 months ago. I haven't
State
even
of Play?
seen it.
And,
Like, I hadn't even heard of this. Like, I didn't even know this was the thing.
I watched it and everyone's like, oh fucking our one of these games. Like I was like, dude, this looks like great. Like, why is no one excited about this game?
I have a very passing like for Final Fantasy games, but this looks better than the one with the boys.
Yeah.
Because at least it looks like a wee bit more kind of like some old school RPG and shit, and not like we're gonna sit in a car and not play a game.
Like you still got that chocobo, which gives it a little bit of that Final Fantasy flavor.
Yeah.
But
What
it
was-
has such a witchery feel to it, though.
Does this? Is there anything about like how the combat works in this game? Like, is it a turn-based RPG? Is it the same kind of like
I imagine it's gonna be action.
actually the same one as the same system as the last one?
Probably. That's
Which
kind of the
was-
way they
which
went.
was not great. I don't like that at all.
This will be a bitter fight.
At least it's back in ye oldie times, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, this is what it kind of looked like if like Final Fantasy and Witcher had a baby to me, and I kind of dig that as a
Yeah, they could
As
be
a
just
choice.
trying to like ride that kind of old style, you know. The FF7 remake combat system was pretty good. It was better than the
that looks like the Final Fantasy 7
Yeah.
system though.
It was better than the what was the boys one?
15
15. It was better than that one at least. Like
character models
Shit.
remind me of Kingdom Come. You probably have more saying that.
it does look a wee bit Kingdom Come just because it was set in like ye medieval Europe. But I mean, like, look at that. Look at her. Look at the titties on that. Like,
You know, I didn't even notice the titties on her.
well, you're gonna notice them now. Hopefully, this one will be a wee bit more fucking coherent. You won't need to, you know, watch 8 movies and play a load of DLC and shit.
This almost looks like the combat kind of looks like it takes on almost a Devil May Cry approach to it.
Do they really mean to invade us?
Just with the dodges and
But I
the-
guess it's all auto playing though, which is the difference, I guess.
I mean, to an extent, I mean, Final Fantasy VII's design had a little bit of more, like, not passive dodging, but like active dodging and stuff.
Yeah.
But that looked like
It does look a wee bit more DMC because he looks like
Yeah.
Virgil.
he was, but like there's like just looking at the combat there, it looks so much more active combat than passive.
So you would say you're pumped for this then, yeah?
I'm very pumped for this. Yeah,
Very pumped for this.
John
Oh.
pretends he didn't notice the tits.
We all heard him. We all heard him pretending.
I honestly didn't. You want to know why? Because I was weirdly trying to look at the window, see what I could see at the window, which is really stupid of me. I don't know why.
Look at Efit.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'll straight up admit when I look at tits, like I have no problem
The
with that.
legacy of the crystals. Is that Ifrit? It looks like Ifrit.
That's Ifrit, yeah. It's gotta be Ifrit. And then
Shaped our history.
Is this going to be like the journey of how all the summons came to be or something? Because that
feels like it,
doesn't that look
yeah.
like the Shiva as well?
yeah, that was shit. That was Shiva.
Enough.
I'll be honest and say I frequently admire Bacon's arms. How could you not though?
They
He's
admire you too.
constant- He constantly gives us a gun show. Like,
You know it.
I'll kill you.
So like, is this the protagonist? Is this the
I
protagonist?
think that's the protagonist. Oh,
that
maybe
looks like that might be the
got old.
bad guy.
No, I think that's when you. I think it's the same guy.
What the fuck is it
young
on
and
now?
old.
Is that 16?
16, yeah. That's 16 games. fine.
16 games.
16 mainline games. There's like 4.
Oh yeah, it's well more like Dirge of Cerberus should have been a fucking mainline game. Dual protagonist, yeah, it could be. Dual protagonist could be a thing.
Yeah.
This, I'm not gonna lie. I have a thing for orc girls, and there's an orc girl in this trailer. I was very sad to see what happened.
You're aware this is built off the D&D
Oh, I know.
5th edition engine,
I know.
right?
I know all about
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate on. I know all
Okay.
about it.
Just gonna say because this is basically they've actually like just properly put the 5th edition engine into a game,
Right. That's good.
which is cool.
Yeah. What like this is this a Mind Flare? Mind
Flayer based
Flare?
games. Yeah.
Okay. Hit it.
but-
Larian, I think this is in good hands. Larian are a good studio.
They're the Divinity guys.
Don't dare try to kink shame me. My green fetish. I suppose it all came from just like reading a whole of the She-Hulk comics when I grew up.
But yeah, like the Mind Flayers are like the main antagonists from what I understand.
Just little baby Cthulhu.
Yeah. This game's already out, but it's like early access. So
God, is it?
yeah, it's early access, so you only have like maybe about 5-6 hours of story based stuff to do.
Because like, is this an old trailer or what? Is this another old trailer? Could be. A couple months ago,
Don't
maybe.
know. It could be. It could have been the trailer they released with the early access.
I don't know, like, because I figured that I thought that I was still kind of, you know, up to date and all this shit. It's like you just don't really see game trailers a lot that much anymore. But I guess you have to go looking for them now. Like they're not just kind of like, you know, put out willy nilly.
No.
But like that the Stalker one, for instance, was released literally just like a day or two ago. Like they released it on their social media and
I
stuff.
feel like the world of YouTube has made it so much more different to see
Yeah.
trailers, because like back in the day you would see the trailers on like a website like your GameSpots and stuff.
Yeah.
Where like now they just have their own YouTube channels.
That's
and
true,
stuff
yeah.
where they host the trailers.
I hate when this happens.
Oh, this is it's disgusting.
Every Sunday morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Sucks.
You have an
Shit,
awful-
I should have put the Bomb Rush Cyberpunk trailer on this fucking thing. God damn it. A poor girl Look at this dickhead. Get away from me, squid man.
Oh, that's just not the perspective I wanted to see that in.
It's like Lord of the Rings, but with like extra flying squid.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
That's exactly what this is. It's not. If anything, it would be weird if you weren't erect right now. Because I sure am. Fucking Illuminati. See
I
that?
thought he was the diamond cutter.
It did.
Diamond
It's got a DDP
cutter.
on this boy. Oh yeah, that's hot. Get me going.
I mean, no one's gonna fuck with that ship. It's gonna grow before you can do anything.
that is some fucking anti-tentacle porn
Yeah.
bullshit. This poor bastard. Just
I mean,
you know,
imagine seeing that coming at you.
waking up from his
realising,
morning coffee and like, oh fuck,
Fuck, you even think he got coffee?
got to fucking deal with this now.
Ring your wee bell, man.
I didn't know we were watching a trailer for a game that's already out though. I didn't know this was already
In
out.
theory, it's early access. I wouldn't consider it a full release. So
Well, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. She's dead. He's dead. Fuck me, people are getting Avenger Endgame. What's going on here? People are turning to dust. Oh, spoiler alert. Oh, this is like a rogue mind flyer.
Not rogue. No,
Rogue mind flyer.
they
Or they do that to themselves.
No. So, from my understanding, is that they recently discovered how to do what they're doing
Right.
in this stage of lore, and
This is cool, but like this, I assume that this is not I know it's not representative of Baldur's Gate gameplay because Baldur's Gate is like what a top-down isometric
yeah,
kind of thing.
isometric RPG. Yeah.
So this is just like this is what we imagine is happening. Why do you move 4 players around 8 squares?
They're a little bit more robust with the movement patterns. I've seen some of the gameplay, but it is again it's using that 5e system, which is like really weird to put into a game.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah, because this isn't the trailer. This is the opening cinematic
Yeah.
for this game, which is why it's a wee bit heftier.
Yeah. So we could have put this on skippable cutscenes and see if people could have got it.
We could have, but
But we
this is a
didn't.
game that's technically not out yet, so I don't know how we could have got away with it. It just looks like we're watching like one of the Hobbit movies.
Yeah. Like I'd be. This is the thing. Like I feel like some games FMVs look so good. I would love to see a movie in that.
See, this is the thing. Like, why aren't there more movies of this type? Because this is like the best time that there possibly could be for these kinds of things. Like that
Yeah.
whole didn't that last Final Fantasy have like a full featured like
FMV
a full
movie.
length FMV movie? Yeah, but I mean like people can make this shit in their fucking rooms now. But like the full full feature length,
Maybe out of it.
they have completely disappeared. Like.
Right, company keeps selling the rights to terrible directors.
Yeah.
Still going on for a bit here. Freedom Center shouldn't put tabletop RPG engines in the games. They're designed for different playstyles with computing power. You can do something nicer. I guess it just depends. I feel like this is the first time they went so whole hog and putting the 5e system in there.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I started trying to play, what was it called? Pillars of Eternity, and it confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Because it was D&D, it was stuff all, it was based in like kind of D&D lore. I was just like, there's so much that I don't know. There's so many systems overlying other systems that it just fucking confused the absolute shit out of me. Like, I remember, was it Baldur's Gate 2 or something? Being pretty straightforward, not too difficult.
No.
But it was very rewarding. But I think at this point now, I've tried to play Divinity a couple of times and I don't like it. I don't like the game.
It just doesn't.
I
resonate
don't
with
like.
you.
I didn't like either of them. I respect them. I respect those games, but I can't play them because there's just too much shit going on. They're way too slow, way too slow. Just because every turn, every move is 8 turns, and it's just the 4 years versus one goblin, and you're there for about 35 minutes. And for fuck's sake.
This favor, can you?
No.
No? Cool. Then go.
For fuck's sake. So that was our little treasure trove of trailers.
That's it. Treasure Trove trailers. We're finally going to move on to multiplayer though. Fuck, this has been like the longest feature creep in some time.
Yeah.
Well, technically we were in we were in multiplayer there.
Yeah, that's true. That was category 1 of the
Yeah.
treasure trove trailers.
We got to replay as we always do. You were saying this was a bare ass week for
Yeah.
fucking.
This is going to be, unfortunately, this is going to be a bare ass month. If they animate these films, then harassing people going on Twitter are going to argue over what race the actors in the fantasy universe are. You know what? It'll happen anyway. So why not just come away with a feature film out of it? Because people are just going to argue about whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't matter. I would like to see more fully animated feature films like that. I'm surprised that there hasn't been more over the last couple of years. Like, whatever, that's fine. We deal with what we get. January and December are grim for release dates because everything should already be out by then, and then the New Year games don't come out until April usually because it's the start of the new financial year. So we're going to be in for some tough times, like come the next couple of episodes. When it comes to replay, for a multiplayer for replay.
It's like I'm looking at today's, and even I'm kind of like looking at one going, "Fuck, that made the cut."
Yeah, there are loads of video game movies on the way. Yeah, but they're all live action, so who fucking cares? Like, give me a good, decent animated game movie, or just an animated movie based on something that either was or is a game. That's it's fine by me. Like that Ratchet and Clank movie was fine. Wasn't really all that good, but it was at least good to see that they made one because it was just entirely based on the game, and there was no. It wasn't like we've made a live action version of the game and then made that into like an animated movie or something. They just went straight from the game to the animated movie. I was like, I'm kind of surprised that they had the balls to go through with that, but I was happy to see it out there. So more of that, please.
I feel like at this point I have the fear when it comes to video game movies. I just have the fear and that's it. And I feel like the Monster Hunter movie hasn't quelled that fear anymore.
The Monster Hunter movie was not a check in the positive column, mostly because it was a Paul W.S. Anderson movie, which was bad to begin with. And then that whole thing where like it made fun of Chinese people or something like that.
Yeah.
And
then it got fucking like review bombed the game.
They review bombed the game on Steam, which was like, what? What is wrong with you morons?
I guess
one doesn't have anything to do with the other.
Yeah.
You know what The Witcher could do with like a Castlevania style cartoon?
I would watch that.
I think that would be fun.
I would watch the shit out of that.
That would lend itself to that quite easily, but it doesn't.
Watch it.
It doesn't need one because it already has an actual live action series.
But they at least done it well.
That's true. It wasn't a bad show.
Yeah,
it was confusing, but it was.
There's like they made one like bad design choice.
Yeah, the time jumps.
And all they could have done was just said like they could have just maybe give like an estimated year or like just something to say.
An establishing screen.
Yeah, like they established that this is what's happened.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that the kind of like threw me for a loop, and it happens. It
happens a lot. Yeah, some episodes take like place entirely in the past, and you don't realize until about like 3/4 of the way through, and you're like, what the fuck?
It's like you're like sitting there watching, going, this is good, but I don't understand where this fits in. And then three quarters and it clicks like,
past. See, Mr. Gore makes a good point there. Overwatch, that is practically already an animated show. Like they for all like the the intro videos and stuff they've done for all the characters. You could get away with just like grabbing a couple of people off that and being like, right, 6 25-minute episodes and Netflix show or something.
As much as we give shit for Blizzard for kind of like falling to kind of degradation and bullshit with their game design, they're still kind of like the king of FMV.
They have fantastic artists working for them. That doesn't nothing will change that fact. Like it'll be Buttgate. Oh, the whole like Tracer thing.
Yeah, that was a fucking weird one.
Be fine. Be fine. They've made that mistake once. They'll just put more butts in it this time.
Let's put more butts in it this time and go, what, we can't help it. Literally the person moves in angles.
Yeah. You never see their ass because they're never facing the camera.
Yeah.
Right. Let's. Would you want to travel in time with me? Do you want to travel back in time?
Sure.
What if we travel all the way back to the year 1990 5. A great year for All Alive.
That was the year in which I had my PlayStation.
the
My
year in which
original
you got a PlayStation. It was the year after we met for the first time. We
Wait,
were
what? No, we went before that.
1984.
Dude, we went to nursery at school together.
Yeah, that was
that
like
would have been like
1984?
1983.
Oh, well, okay, well, 2 years after we met then. Right,
1983,
early in our relationship,
Yeah.
we'll put it that way.
Yeah.
You had a little Japanese fighting game that we couldn't pronounce the title of.
Yeah, we could
until
not.
maybe the third game. I've went back and played it a couple of times. It's still good, but it could just be because I know I liked it. I still actually have the disc in my bedroom in my parents' house. The disc for the third one is under my bed. Battle Arena Toshinden. Was it 3D?
Yeah, it was 3D.
Yeah.
It was a 3D fighting game.
Not 3D. I meant like arena.
Yeah,
like,
no, it was arena.
yeah,
It was arena 3D. You can move in a 3D.
Yeah.
In a 3D zone.
A fun Japanese mech fantasy kind of fighting game.
It was interesting because it kind of fell into the it was a game that was still trying to work out how to do games in 3D. Thank you very much for the follow, Trent.
Love you, Trent.
But it was one of those ones where it fell into the realm of like it was still trying to work out how do you do a fighter in 3D, and so
like,
they still had like range moves which just don't work in a 3D
No,
environment
they don't.
because you can just sidestep that
Yeah.
shit. It's one of the reasons why I give a lot of criticism to the Mortal Kombat games after like 3. But it also used Street Fighter-esque style inputs. So it was quarter moons and half moons.
Yeah. It became. I think like after the first one, it started taking more cues from Soul Edge and Soul Calibur than anything else because it became very about the weapons and then like the fun character personalities, which is what you need in a good fighting game. A series that I don't think has seen a title in maybe since the third one. Like
we're talking like 1999, maybe 2000.
Definitely,
since we saw one.
I'd say all of them were in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was one of those series that made it out of the PS1.
No, I don't think
it might live in Japanese arcades, or maybe it had like a fucking Dreamcast version
was that a
or something
Namco
like that.
Bandai joint or?
I want to say it was a Namco game.
Yeah.
And not Namco Bandai, just Namco.
Just Namco.
Yeah,
Okay.
before that was even Namco Bandai.
Right.
So really old school fighting game, but I mean, I've said on this podcast before, do not pirate ROMs. Find a wee copy of it. You might, it's still good shit. Still plays well. Because like the funny thing about all those games now is that they play at like 90 frames a second.
Yeah, because
the
the hardware is just like way beyond the requirement at this point.
It's all gravy. Like it's all good shit. Every so often I have like a list of about like 15 or so PS1 fighting games that I managed to grab ROMs for. I'll just sit down and just play through a whole load of them. And like
ROMs are a hard thing to get these days.
Yeah, some of them are absolutely trash. Some of them are games that I'd never played before, and I was annoyed that I'd never played them before. I'd never played Fighting Vipers before. And I downloaded that and I was like, this is great crack. Like it's very Power Stone, but it's a 1v1 fighter.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like fucking mad jumping about and a lot of like weird level stuff you can do in it, which is quite fun. But yeah, there's always those classic fighting games that are out there. Bulbous. Is he pulling my leg, or does Billy know how to use it?
I think. Well, he only recently got an updated laptop that could probably play some games and probably do ROMs well now.
I have it.
So I feel like that's going to be in the wheelhouse of his probably education with his laptop, because he's probably going to be like, oh shit, I could actually like get an emulator and play some PS2 games on my PC now.
Yeah, I could
go back and play some of maybe these like games that look pretty good, or maybe because like because you can do that shit, right?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Maybe even like some GameCube games or some shit. Maybe if someone takes his hand, he's like,
I don't
go
think
back and try that.
The GameCube emulator is all that stable.
I thought Dolphin was stable.
I think it was all right, but it only for certain games though.
Oh,
which is the way which happens with most emulators.
Yeah,
I have a fairly weak laptop.
Yeah,
and it was running majority of PS1 games and quite a lot of PS2 games. So even if you don't have a particularly strong computer, a little bit of research and you could be playing maybe not all, but a lot of your favorite PS2 games.
Yeah.
If you have favorite PS2 games. So
man, the one I always say I would love to go back and play, the one I would love to like revisit.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could for DMCA reasons now. Def Jam 5 from New York.
Oh, yeah. Their music, I think, would probably be the only thing that would
That's the thing that
hold
would
you up in that.
up.
But you
Yeah.
know, it's just turn the music off.
Yeah. Run New Vegas on the thing. So yeah.
Well, I mean, like you can run New Vegas on like if you get 2 potatoes and cut the potatoes in half, and then get 2 halves of 2 different potatoes and rub them together.
Yeah,
you,
but
you could probably par a copy of Fallout New Vegas somehow using those 2 potatoes. But no, just because like the last or Fallout New Vegas is one of the ugliest games that there has ever been, and it doesn't take much to run because it's shit. It looks shit. It's a good game though.
It's a good game. Just looks like Garbo.
Bloody Roar is great crack. It's really fucking hard though. Like every fighter has like their human form and then their animal form. But if the other person transforms into the animal before you do, you're just straight fucked. Like, you get hit like twice and then you're fucking dead. Like,
you know, a game that I like that I don't really talk about much fighting game wise, but I think if you had a million and you're like, I feel like I want an old school, 2D animated, pure, just great fighting game that's just like a lot of fun, but like not a lot of people talk about.
Well, let me try and guess.
Try guess.
Give me a hint. Give me one character.
I couldn't give you the character names because it's been a long time
Right.
since I played it. Right.
Give me a hint.
Let's just let me tell you, it's definitely like a very aggressive education.
Oh, it's not Primal Rage, is it?
No,
No.
I'm being very, very direct with my hint there. It's aggressive education.
Fight School. I don't know.
Close though, dude. Very close.
Fighting Force. That's not.
No, you're better.
Oh, what's it called?
Rival Schools.
Fuck's sake. Yes. Bitch. That's on my fucking list. My list of games. Yeah, Rival Schools is a good crack.
Rival Schools is good. It's a good like 2D fighter game that's just a lot of fun. It has some of like the again like it's very like the SNK like Capcom-esque style fighting games, but it's good. It's a good game. If you're into fighting games, I'd say give those games a good look at. They're really fun. No one talks about them these days, sadly.
A lot of those series have just been lost to time, unfortunately. You could have said the same about Sam Show for a while until got that remake. So there's always stuff that
there's always a chance comes back.
Arc System Works are pretty much just like trawling their way through fucking fighting game franchises at the minute.
Yeah, they're kind of like, what did SNK do back in the day? Let's do
that.
They're
the absolute gold standard of like Japanese fighting games at the minute, though. So like, I can't really argue with that. I was going to put one of the trailers in the trailer. The read for this week, but I just didn't think enough people would care. They're doing like a it's like, what is it, DNF? It's like Dungeon I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it's like a collaboration between like them and another company, and it's them reviving a game that hasn't seen an entry.
Isn't it?
It's not Windjammers. No, that would be a great fighting game. Like a series that hasn't seen a game in like 15 years, and they're bringing it back to combine it with like Guilty Gear or something.
Shit,
it's being absorbed pretty much into their roster, and people are like, "Ooh, DNF, is it DNF?"
I've heard DNF before.
I think DNF is what the initials are. I can't remember what it fucking stands for though.
Should we jump through these? We've spent a lot of time on Arena.
One of my favorite games, Rez, one of the best VR games that is out on the PS4 at the minute. There's a
so I came up for the PS2 at this point.
Yes, the original was
Dreamcast.
The original was PS2 game.
I thought it was Dreamcast.
I think
because they had the weird vibration brick you could buy for it that made no sense. It just vibrated. It was very strange peripheral.
Didn't those consoles exist at the same time?
PS2 came out after Dreamcast.
Yeah, but at one point they existed at the same time.
Okay.
You could buy a Dreamcast
I thought
PS2.
Rez was like a PS or was a Dreamcast exclusive for a while.
Like the company that makes Rez is like a Sony staple. Like they've never left Sony. So
I just remember the weird vibration brick because like they made a brick and it was like a big old brick, big old grey brick,
big old brick,
and it just vibrated.
It just vibrated. That sounds like something that they would do. Yeah.
And I've got suspicions what the big brick was for.
You sit on that brick.
Not me specifically.
Well, you could.
I didn't have one.
Dude, vibrators. It works like.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I just didn't have one.
Right. Okay. A vagina or a vibrating brick?
The vibrating brick.
Okay. You got a vagina though?
Somewhere.
Okay. In like one of your drawers?
No, sadly not. Had this discussion with you last night.
I don't fuck no flashlights.
It's not even that there. I just didn't know. I even had this like weird conversation with you. I was like, I must be very vanilla. I've got to this stage in my life.
Yeah.
And still haven't purchased a single sex toy for
And
myself.
just start sticking your dick and stuff. It's fine.
Yeah.
Except like electrical
Jell-O.
outlets or anything. Or do you fuck Jello? It's fine.
Just jello it up.
It's pretty much just what the inside of flashlights feel like anyway. Just
Oh,
really
fair enough.
hard Jello.
Just hard jello.
Hard Jello. Vibrator brick seems like an unhandy sex toy. Tell that to any washing machine.
God damn it.
That's essentially what a washing machine
But
is.
yeah, Res is good. It had a revival.
Yeah, it has the PS4 digital version. It is a remaster. Like they remade some of it. They added a few extra modes. If anyone has a PSVR and they're kind of like, I need something to do with it, buy Res and play it in VR. It's fucking great. If you don't smoke weed, but you want the effects of smoking weed,
Yeah.
play Res in VR. Or smoke weed and then play Res in VR.
Yeah,
and you'll be
definitely.
"Whoa." It's fucking great.
We got one that I definitely played.
Oh, I know.
Is that why you put it in there?
Yeah,
I
because like
I thought it was weird that you put that in there. I was
No.
like, what the fuck is that doing in there?
I would say if it was just like Counter-Strike, that would have been fine. I would have also put it in there, but it was like I specifically remember you having the expansion
Condition Zero.
Condition Zero. Yeah,
It had a very fucked up development cycle.
it was super fast, right?
It wasn't even that they went through like 2 or 3 developers, but
Yeah.
it was made as kind of like a fuck you to try and waste time with Sierra while Valve were trying to get the rights for Half-Life back,
Right.
because like for a while
Oh yeah.
Valve didn't own the rights to Half-Life, despite being the ones who made it. They didn't
Yeah,
own
yeah.
the rights. It was owned by Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra, that huge gaming monolith,
That got absorbed by Activision.
and now it just doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, it's just like it was like there's like it was the merger was like Sierra, Activision, Blizzard, wasn't it?
Sierra was involved in that.
I think so.
That was the merger between Activision and Blizzard. If Sierra were involved in that, they
I
were a
think-
footnote. Like,
I think they were, but I could be
Jesus.
wrong. I could
All right, well, they
remember
probably
that
just got absorbed into like
Touche.
Activision South or something, or like Activision Junior or something like that,
Yeah.
because they are not. Sierra is
Yeah.
not a company anymore.
But
like.
they it was kind of used as like a weird kind of like Valve kind of fucked with Gearbox and fucked with a few other developers.
Yeah.
With this,
Like
so,
that would have been like really early.
yeah, early
Gearbox,
Gearbox. We're talking like 2002 Gearbox,
Yeah.
2001 Gearbox.
2004. So.
But like, because it went through like a few different development cycles,
Yeah.
and it had a really rocky development cycle.
What was the other one that came out at like almost the same time?
So you had that, and then that came out, and then weirdly enough,
It was a few months later, whatever the next
a
one
few
was.
months later, it was the Orange Box.
Right.
Like the Orange Box came out wildly close to that. I want to say like maybe 2005.
Aye, because it was like original Xbox.
Yeah, because like it was original Xbox, and they had the Orange Box, which had Source, which is all the Source engine. So
Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2.
What the fuck else did it have?
Fucking
Was it
Portal?
Portal? Was it
Maybe
Portal 1?
Portal?
I think it was Portal 1.
Yeah, Portal 1. But yeah, like that whole game was like a whole nightmare for them, because like that kind of financially crippled Gearbox for a wee while.
Yeah.
And it kind of soured the relationship between Gearbox and.
Unfortunately, they recovered to make
and Valve,
Aliens
yeah.
Colonial Marines.
But like it was one of those ones with that game was meant to be. They tried to make that game like a single player, like a Counter-Strike game in a single player sort of style.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So they went for like, okay, we'll just do bot matches, but like we'll give
With
you
a story, yeah.
objectives
Yeah.
every round, so like you kind of like Tony Hawk's it a little bit, where
Right.
you keep replaying.
You have to find skate, yeah.
You have to find
Yeah.
skates.
While you're shooting people in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah. You have to 360 no flip
Over someone's corpse,
over
yeah.
someone's corpse.
That's
and
where
stuff, but
teabagging
yeah.
came from. Teabag
Yeah.
5 enemies, that kind of
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
But they tried to like apply like the Tony Hawk's approach of like replaying a level over and over again, but giving you a new objective to do as part of like a single player experience, and
Right.
it was
That just sounds like a horrific waste of
it
time.
was
like,
really shit.
yeah.
It was really shit.
Sounds it.
But it got me my start on, because I used to be an sports player.
You used to be a wee PC boy.
I used to compete in competitive
You
Counter
talking
Strike.
about ITXP?
No. I
Those
used to
actual ones, yeah.
No, I used to compete in Counter Strike leagues online. I was part of an actual like properly funded clan and stuff for like a year or so.
I don't remember any of this.
This is
Did
when
you
I was.
keep this secret?
This is when I was really. Remember, I had those like a few years when I was a kid when I was quite recluse.
It was every year, man.
Before like the Warcraft kicked in.
Right.
But like yeah, like when I was like initially getting that there, like I would play I was part of a team. We went into like an online league and stuff.
What were you called?
We were EMI.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I do remember that. You used to like write that everywhere because it was like your brothers or something.
No. It was a guy in England, but Burgess happened to be part of it as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Guy in England and a guy in Scotland owned it, but we managed to get onto the team.
All this
We're
for stuff.
decent.
Is it still going?
No.
No. No.
No. But we're elite mobile infantry. We
You are-
played a few leagues.
You are fairly elite. Like
Yeah.
you're also mobile because you have legs.
Yeah.
and
That's how it worked.
Yeah, and you're in infantry because
Yeah. Well, because you had to be infantry.
because you're a man.
Yeah,
and you could
yeah.
be in the infantry. So
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. I'm physically not a tank.
That's the one.
Yeah. But yeah, like I thought I competed. That was kind of like my prelude of like then becoming like really into Counter-Strike and going competitive with it.
Yeah.
And
And then
being
finding
part of the league.
Warcraft and then losing everything.
lost like 7 years of Warcraft.
Yeah. That's what I would say. You lost time to that game,
I'll say that. Yeah.
and you'll never
Like,
go back to it.
I'm never like people are like, John's gonna go back to Warcraft.
You'll
I'm
never
like,
go back to it until I start playing it, and then you're like,
If you start playing it, even I won't. I'll be looking at you like I'll side eye you and be like, the fuck are you doing?
what's going on there?
So I'll be side eyeing you like a motherfucker.
I'd come
going,
down here and
"Fuck."
play it on stream.
No, you will
I'd
not.
install it on your computer, and
I
they'll be
will
like,
not
no,
let
you can't play it. This is mine. You're not allowed to play it.
I'm
And
not
then
letting you install
as
it.
soon
on my
as soon as I leave, you'll be like,
No, I'll be very much attacking you with a brick.
play that.
I will get you the.
You're gonna like you're gonna like log off everything, log off Discord, log off everything that has like that shows you what you're playing. Then you're just
Yeah.
gonna stealth play World of Warcraft. You'll be up all night being like, oh fuck.
No, I can do it.
I
do it.
remember.
Could do it.
I remember.
No.
I remember being a tank, being a paladin. I know you were a paladin. Don't you fucking lie to me. I know you
was
were a fucking
everything.
paladin, but you were mostly a paladin. Yeah, you were. You were.
No, to like
were.
final few years I was priest.
Same thing. I know it's not the same thing, but
Really
someone
not.
who doesn't know anything about World of Warcraft, it's the same thing. I know it's the same thing.
They both use holy power to some extent. I'll give you that.
Just you yell at people and there's like light coming out of you all the time.
Man, you know what I done, man. You know what I done? Like I
Yeah.
used to like play as a priest, and I do like looking for group.
You
I
look
think I've
for
said this.
do you look for kids?
No. That would be a great segue to the joke. It kind of filtered in what I was actually going to say because
Right.
it's kind of like a joke around up. Usually looking for a group for the raids like
Must be.
LFG
on the
level 80. It was like because it was level 80 because it was like Pandaria.
Yep.
It's like level 80,
Fucking pandas.
level 80 holy priest looking for a raid. Or said no wait, level 80 Catholic priest looking for a raid. Swear to God, I won't touch your kids. So I used to do that and put that in the chat, and you'd get the
Nice.
odd people that would like they'd laugh at it.
We chuckle.
You get the odd people that like laugh at it in
Yeah.
like the looking for group chat
Yeah, yeah,
in Warcraft,
yeah.
and then you get the odd whisper going like,
Don't you touch
"Yo,
my
are you
fucking
seriously
kids.
looking for that? Are you seriously looking for a group,
So,
or
what, that group, or was that just a
or
joke?
was that just a joke? Because I actually need a healer."
Yeah, because I assume
Like-
most people did. Like,
And I was like, "No, I actually am looking at a group." He's like, "Oh, great, and yeah, but
jump in. Don't touch my fucking kids, but jump in.
yeah."
Good stuff. There you go.
Yeah.
Well done. You kicked the habit until you started again.
I didn't start though again.
No, I mean this is something that will happen because I'm going
won't.
to make you start it again. Let's move on. Lost Planet,
Yeah.
Extreme Condition. The start of a worldwide mega franchise that lasted 3 games and then burned into nothing.
Free more games than most games.
It's true. The first one was pretty good. It had a lot of like horrible downsides, which was the constantly depleting energy bar, which was really annoying. But it set like a pretty good precedent. Lost Planet 2. It had a subtitle. I can't remember what it was called. It was terrible. It was
That's a
awful.
weird subtitle. Lost Planet 2 is terrible.
No, it was called Lost Planet 2. I can't remember what it's called. It's terrible. That's the whole cover. That was on the
Yeah.
that's what was on the cover.
I'd love if we had people who just do fan art and just like sent us like images like that, or like not fan art, but
I
like
mean, I could do that. I'll
okay,
mock.
not fan
I will mock up.
Fan-
I will.
fan
Yeah,
edits.
I'll mock up that cover
See,
right
you're
now.
on the other side now. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to do it.
I'm not allowed to do it.
You're
right.
not allowed to do it when you're on the side of the
I
desk.
know if Ocean is still in the chat, I know he can use Photoshop. You have to mock up a Lost Planet 2 cover where it's just called Lost Planet 2. I can't remember what it's called, but it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's the whole cover.
Yeah,
And that's it.
I want to see like people in the
Do
chat
that.
who are good like just to do mock edits.
Yeah,
of that.
stop making me do all the fucking artwork. Other people do some fucking artwork. This fucking thing. Jesus Christ. The only
Put
reason.
it in if someone does do it, please tweet it to the Twitter
Yes,
or put
please.
it in the Discord.
Please do. The only reason I put this in here is so I could talk about Lost Planet 3, which strangely enough, Lost Planet 1, Lost Planet 2, vaguely had a story. They were very Japanese games. They were Capcom games. They were very, very standard Capcom games, which is like they were very, you know, like you set a protagonist. It had almost no story. It was told through like, you know, fucking things you read between missions, and it was hard because they put a lot of like arbitrary systems in for no reason that just
Capcom
made the
was
game
good for that, though.
yeah, that made the game a wee bit harder. Like the grappling thing was fucking cool. The second one focused way too much on the multiplayer, which it shouldn't have. But the third one, they give the third one to like a Western company who made it into a really, 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 really fucking good character action game. It had no right being as good as it did. It should have been the start of a new franchise or a new title at least. It shouldn't have been Lost Planet 3. It was like Lost Planet 3 Frozen something. You were like in the snow, but like it was just I don't even know if there was multiplayer in it, or if there was, they were like, don't touch the multiplayer, it's fine.
Yeah.
It had a really, really good story. It was like the game was like you're a Mac pilot that was like, you know, working on this kind of like semi almost abandoned kind of like mining colony on this like frozen planet, and you know you're just going about the game starts with you like landing there to start your job because the last guy died.
Yeah.
And you know the game is just you going about this guy's job. You know, like he has like a family back on the planet, and he like talks to them on like the, you know, video and stuff the whole way through the game. But it was just really good. It was a really good story. He was a really good protagonist. He looked like Nick Cage, which was a bit odd. I think they may have literally like modeled him on, you know, like long hair, swept back Nick Cage. It was one of those games that just like, why am I enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying it? Like the gameplay wasn't great. It was better than 1 and 2, as in that it made more sense for the kind of game that it was. It didn't have any like arbitrary energy bars or like any weird shit. It was, if anything, it was just like your standard kind of, you know, like third person action adventure game.
Yeah.
But it just had a really, really, really good story. Really, if you just like a game that just like tells a really like interesting, personable, like realistic sort of story, like I would put him down as like one of the more realistic protagonists from a game, just because like he's, you know, he's always like talking away to people, and you know you hear his like inner thoughts all the time. You're like, the last game you were a mute soldier who was just in an army of other people just trying to shoot people online, and now you're dealing with, you know, not being able to see your wife and not making enough money being a miner on a frozen tundra planet in an old robot that you keep having to pay to upgrade. Like it was such a weird offshoot.
It's so weird that those child labor laws never got to that planet.
Like he's been there since he was like 4, and now the game ends when you're like, you know, in your mid 50s. You're like, I've been here for so long. Fuck all this shit. You know, it had like sections that were like kind of creepy, where, you know, like you get every so often you got like kicked out of your mech, and you had to, you know, survive with just like a gun, and you know you had to get to the, you know, like heaters and stuff because you were going to like freeze to death. But I think you could probably, if you have even a decent PC, I'm pretty sure you can get Lost Planet 3 on Steam for about £4.
Yeah,
and if anyone has like 16 or 17 hours they need to kill, you can. It's pretty quick game. Like it's not all that robust, but I would fucking highly recommend it. Still, like, I played that game years ago, like literally years ago, and it's still stuck with me. So give Lost Planet 3 a go. And if anyone who worked on Lost Planet 3 is watching, I want to suck that. No.
We'll go on to our next 2, which are both from 2010. We could just some choices.
We could like double these up, I guess.
Yeah, you know, we've got Dark Zelda and
Sexy Zelda.
And Sexy Zelda, yeah.
No, Dark Zelda and Sexy Devil May Cry. Even sexier Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry's kind of sexy.
Like Devil May Cry is really thirsty.
Yeah.
On the women's side,
yeah.
like, because like
women want to buck them.
You know, like you would like.
I want to buck them.
Yeah, but Bayonetta is like. Have you ever seen just a really, really attractive librarian?
Yeah, how? Because I play Bayonetta.
Because you play Bayonetta, yeah. That's what
yeah.
she looks like. Just a really good looking really
librarians, man. It's like I feel like that's a It's like a
You
thing.
could stick a lab coat on her, and she'd be a really attractive doctor.
I think it's a demographic for porn. I don't think it's probably used enough.
Librarians.
Yeah.
You're probably right. I mean, like these are two like 360 gold standard games. Definitely. Like if you haven't played any of these at this point, fucking wise up.
I was like, fucking wise up.
It wasn't Bayonetta just re-released. It was Bayonetta and Vanquish got a double release.
Yeah, I
there
got double release PS4.
on the PS4.
Yeah.
So Bayonetta is very easy to find at the minute. The original Darksiders is, I'm pretty sure, it had a PC release.
Yeah, it did. It
So-
did.
You could play either.
It was on PS3, Xbox 360, and PC.
Yeah.
Full compliments with
Yeah.
release. Back when THQ was actually a thing.
Yeah. No, it's what is it?
You're a big fan of Darksiders.
Raven now? Darksiders is fine. I know every time it comes up, I have to show I have to show that, but yeah, it's fine. No, I liked it. I thought it was cool.
It was like very dark Zelda.
Yeah.
But it's like Zelda in this very
Yeah.
purest form of
At,
Zelda.
at that point, it was the only Zelda game that had been released in many years
Yeah.
since
We?
I was gonna say since Wind Waker, but I suppose Twilight Princess.
Princess,
But
yeah.
by that point, so it was Twilight Princess, Darksiders, and then nothing until Skyward Sword,
Yeah.
which also doesn't count because that was shite.
I've never played it, but I've heard it's not the greatest.
Yeah,
Should we jump into our head-to-head? You don't know what the head-to-head is
I
this
haven't
week.
seen it this week because I just decided not to look at it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not. You know what? I'm not gonna look at it.
Not go look at
I'll
it.
look at like the bottom one, and then I'll work my way up.
Bottom one's the easy one for
Yeah,
you.
the bottom one is the easy one for me. Who's going first, me or you?
You know how this works.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Okay. So you know what? It's just whoever wins the first one this time because we'll be fucking here
Okay.
all night.
On
Right.
go, so 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's finger each other. Right, okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ah!
3, 2, 1, go.
I was too slow on that one, but I was going first. Right.
3,
Right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right. Do I go first or do you go first?
You get the pick.
Right. You can go first.
Okay. So
And
do you want me to
this-
start from the bottom up or?
This is me turning around to look at them for the first time. Okay. Several of those are quite hard.
I know, right?
Fuck.
I went out of my way
Okay.
to make it a little bit hard for you.
You
You said do them this week for me. It's like, oh, I'm gonna, because like I can't torture the audience,
Yeah.
so I can torture you.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Witcher 2 versus Cyberpunk. I can only say Witcher 2 because I've only played Witcher 2. Kind of an easy one for me, if I'm honest. It's an easy out, but Witcher 2 was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really, really just a hell of a fucking incredible game. I almost put it into the skippable cutscenes this week, but didn't because it just was too hard looking. The initial opening cutscenes don't feature anything that make it look like a Witcher game.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So I opted out of putting it in there.
Because it's all just about like a foreign war, right?
It's
You
all
can't
about
tell
an
really
assassin of
what's going on.
kings. So it's
Yeah.
like it's like this rogue guy
Well, you
murdering a
see,
king.
that's the thing though. If anyone in the chat had played that game, that cutscene played every single time you turned the game on, regardless of whether you tried to skip it or not. So they would.
But I wanted to try and keep it easy
Yeah,
for the
they
guys.
that would have been pretty easy if anyone had played. Witcher
Yeah, but I
2.
wanted to give it like universally easy if people hadn't played it. So maybe saw like a bit of iconography or
Yeah,
something they could have latched onto.
Okay, yeah, alright, I see that. So just a very,
So I need you to pick between Witcher and Cyberpunk. Witcher 2 specifically.
Witcher 2 would definitely be my favorite of the Witcher
That's why I went for
of the
Witcher 2
Witcher series.
specifically.
But at this point, if it's ranking CD Projekt Red games,
Yeah. Well, let's just look at it like we're just looking at Witcher 2 and Cyberpunk. Like let's just like they're going head to head. Let's not think about the grand scale of the franchise. It's
Right,
just
right, right.
this game versus this game. What do you pick?
I think maybe Cyberpunk, because it has a little bit more kind of like girth to it.
Okay.
Witcher 2 is a very linear experience, and
It has an open world though,
it to a certain extent.
because this is the theme we went for.
Yeah, it's an open world as in like you kind of get a few areas to go around, but the story dictates what area you're in, and
Yeah.
you can very rarely go back to an area that once the story moves on, that's done. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, you get dragged through areas as the story goes. Cyberpunk is very much more, you know, just do what you want, I guess.
It's kind of more free flowing.
Like if you sat me down and been like, right, you can only play one of these,
Yeah.
or you have to play one of these for maybe, you know, like fucking 50 hours straight, I
Yeah.
guess at this point it would probably be Cyberpunk,
Okay,
because I've already
cool.
played Witcher 2 and I know it's a bit more kind of like,
Well, for the chat here, what does the chat think? I mean, I'm looking at Mr. Gore here. Mr. Gore saying that he would go for
Witcher 2, yeah.
because the same principle that
for Witcher, if it was Witcher 2 versus Witcher 3, it would be,
I didn't want to make it easy on
yeah,
you.
it would be Witcher 2 hands down. Like,
I knew that would be the case.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make it easy on you.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, I know that's an easy one to do, and I'm gonna be that bitch, and I'm gonna make it hard for him.
yeah, Witcher 3 just never
It just never resonated with you, man. That's
never
fair.
got it, yeah.
But like,
Just didn't like it.
if the chat has any opinions, obviously we'll read them out as they come on. But we'll go on to the next one. This one I think is super hard for you. I made this really difficult for you. But you
Well,
want
you're
me-
going first,
Yeah, but
actually.
I'm going first. Yeah.
Son of a
So I've
bitch.
made this difficult for you on purpose.
Trying to give me the
and-
answer to that first, you cunt.
No. I just acknowledge it. I made a point of trying to make this difficult for you.
Yeah.
So with this one, I probably would go for Marvel Spider-Man, and purely on the basis that it's just kind of takes the framework of what makes Spider-Man 2 great and just adds to it. It takes like, it almost feels like they went into that engine, went, yes, let's yoink this, let's yoink these fucking swing mechanics and this open world stuff, and let's refine it and just make it better, and then add stuff that makes sense into the universe. And it's kind of like, it's just the foundation done with so much more meat on the bone.
I would have to agree. Like, I have went back and I've played the PS2 version of Spider-Man 2 a few times, and games have just kind of moved on a little bit too much. Like, there's very little. The ease of life stuff does not exist in Spider-Man 2 anymore. Like, just things that you're used to as far as, you know, like operating around the open world goes, and it kind of looks a bit shit now. Like, it was definitely the best. It was the best for a long time. It was the best of a bad bunch of Spider-Man games, pretty much. Like, Spider-Man 1, like the movie, the first movie game was pretty good. Like, it wasn't open world, but it had, you know, it done some stuff,
Yeah.
which was fine. Spider-Man 2 was just like, at that point, I think it was like, this is the gold standard of Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
But I think even at that point, like, it has been overtaken by a couple of games. Like, even well, actually, no, the Amazing Spider-Man games were kind of shit. They had like one or two good mechanics, but they were very forgettable.
Yeah, I mean, the last one that really left impression on me before we moved into Marvels was like Web Shadows.
Web of Shadows is pretty good. That was very like what was that, like 2008? It was very a product of 2008 though. I would say I would put Ultimate Spider-Man above.
I don't think I played that one.
Ultimate Spider-Man was just like, if you played that now, you'd be like, is this an indie game that came out this year? Like,
Yeah.
it was cell shaded, but it looked real fucking
Looked
good.
real fucking good.
Real fucking good.
It looked like Mr. Gore's resonating with what we're saying as well. So he said,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, he gave it a Game of the Year for 2018 because he hadn't played God of War at that point. And I did give God of War my 2018 Game of the Year because I
Right.
loved that game.
Because you love boys.
Boy.
Boy.
There's something about just really gruff,
Hearing a man just say boy
big
a whole
daddy
bunch.
Kratos that's kind of, you know, doesn't
See,
for
like
me.
the spoiler at the end of that game, where like
Fuck me.
where his son was just a small clone of him. I was like, what the fuck? That's so weird. Like, he didn't
Yeah.
even have a beard.
It's like it's so weird. It's like they somehow managed to make his son like part of him, but also part of his mum.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they've done that. And the way they managed to like pull that off is astounding.
I don't know. Mini chlorians. That's what it was. Get some
Wild.
Star Wars in there.
Absolutely fucking wild.
Yeah, I think just Marvel Spider-Man, just
Yeah.
because, like, if you went back and tried to play Spider-Man 2 at the minute, you would be like, oh yeah, this is fun for about 10 minutes. And
Yeah,
you'd be
yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a PS2 game.
Yeah.
I respect Spider-Man 2 though, because it was like,
yeah, it's mean it's
it was the shit for a long time. Like,
it done the movie license
The-
games right.
the only thing that's one of the things that Spider-Man 2 has over Marvel Spider-Man, no Bruce Campbell.
Oh,
No Bruce Campbell and
true,
Spider-Man
true, true,
in
true.
Marvel Spider-Man whatsoever.
Didn't even think about that. Next one though. Dragon Age Origins or Oblivion. Now, I have to answer this first.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, it's going to be Dragon Age Origins.
this one is really easy for me.
Because while I respect what Oblivion did for first-person combat and the story and the reason I picked this is how like Skyrim or any of the other Elder Scrolls games like Morrowind.
If anything,
I feel like this is one people don't really remember all that much.
a better one would have been Dragon Age Origins versus KOTOR, because it's the same type of game.
I
But
wanted to
different themes.
leave that out for a different one.
Okay. Dragon Age Origins, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. I was never really a big Oblivion fan, to be honest. Like, I played Skyrim more than I played Oblivion. I came to Oblivion maybe like a few years after it was out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll give it a go. But it was like, this is a bit shit, to be honest.
Let me tell you, when I say the phrase fuck Bethesda.
Fuck Bethesda.
Fuck Bethesda.
You want to fuck Todd Hard? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I don't want to fuck Todd Hard. I wish Todd Hard gets fucked.
Fuck
I've now shocker.
For God's sake, Mr. Gore, I thought you were a gamer. I thought you were a gamer
But you're
boy.
a real gamer
I
with
thought
a
you
Z
were a
on the
gamer.
end.
I thought you were a gamer boy, and you haven't played Oblivion or Oblivion.
Oblivion.
That's crazy. Dragon Age Origins is, I would say, BioWare's best game. I fucking love it.
Oh, don't say that.
I
Because,
think-
like, BioWare also done KOTOR.
I know.
And they also
That's why I
done
said
Mass Effect 2. That's really hard for me to decide on.
That's why it should have been in there.
No, because I've got that plan for a different.
Right.
thing.
Dragon Age Origins is not only better than Oblivion, but Dragon Age Origins may be the best Dragon Age game. Its story was well better than any of the sequels. Its DLC, I would say, is the gold standard of what DLC should be for a game.
Yeah.
Which is that it told the main story from the opposite side, where you could play as the Darkspawn and beat the fuck out of the protagonists in the main campaign, which was funny as shit. And then it had Dragon Age, I think it was Awakenings, where it was like a whole huge big fort building section where like you had to build a garrison by doing shit around the area to get supplies and stuff for it, and then they literally just rolled that into the rest of the games.
Which makes sense because
Yeah.
it's a good fucking mechanic.
But I would say Dragon Age Origins is probably their best game.
I can see how you'd pick it. Like, I mean, I'm not going to disagree because I don't know what I would pick, honestly,
Yeah.
before I'd even disagree. I've been playing catch up most of the BioWare games, man. You got a lot of exciting games to play.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
envious to an extent about that.
I like all Dragon Age games. I know a lot of people really didn't like Dragon Age 2.
didn't mind it.
I don't see what the problem is with it. I know there was people
linear, I
want
think.
people wanted a bigger game, but that's like, we know that's not always necessarily
Oh, Jesus.
a good thing, where it's just like, should the sequel just be the first game but with more map? No.
Yeah.
Not a fucking
Nah.
shot. That is not always the best thing. But if anything, they maybe went a little bit too far the other way, and
I
that
made it too contained.
they gated off a little bit too much. Maybe that's
Yeah.
fine, but I still liked it. I think like it was the first game where it had you playing as a particular person, which they then roped into Mass Effect, because you like the first one, you were just, you create your character. It had a bunch of intros where you had like 8 or 9 origins, funny enough, which is why it's called Origins. So like you had a bunch of different origin stories, and you were kind of your character to a certain extent. And then the second one, you were just like, you're Hawk, you're a person named Hawk, and that's it. And people were like, where are my origins? Where's my character? Like, we're telling this story from a framed narrative. So like the whole game was told through the dwarf telling the story to Cassandra. So every so often you'd be playing the game, and like every so often it would cut back to like him sitting in a room being like, and that's how it happened. You're like, I can see why people wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
I liked it. I personally thought it was a pretty good storytelling device. but a lot of people were just like, there's not
That's
enough.
I mean, that's a storytelling device that got.
RPG-ish.
That's
Yeah.
a storytelling device that ended up getting used in like later games. Not
Yeah.
like not even like Dragon Age games. But I mean, like Persona 5 uses that mechanic
That's
for
yeah,
storytelling.
When
When
police interviews and stuff.
the police
Yeah.
interviews when you're there in their Joker and stuff. So like
Aye.
that's a mechanic or
When
that's like a
you're-
storytelling device that's used even in some modern day RPGs. You know,
When you're
it can
arrested
work well.
for-
It's done well.
Molesting all those cats.
Um, Mass Effect, KOTOR, Dragon Age Origins need to man. He's got a great time ahead of him. Game
Just
wise.
Don't play Mass Effect until that new version comes
yeah,
out.
wait for the
Yeah,
remaster come out, dude.
wait for that remaster, and then you can play all three.
Yeah. Fair fucking point. Saints Row 4 LA Noir.
Which one was Saints Row 4? What did you do in it? You have to go look it up.
I'm gonna have to go double check because I forget all the time.
Is it the one where you're the president?
I forget.
It looks pretty presidential.
Yeah, you're the president one. That's the one where you're like in space inside the VR machine.
Right. LA Noir. LA Noir is not a great game, but neither is Saints Row 4.
I would have picked Saints Row 4 just because I think there's just a lot more fun to be had. with Saints Row
I
4.
think at that point, I think by the fourth one, Saints Row had dipped into that make your own fun kind of game, which I hate. I despise them. Like, you can't find a good enough mechanic to make a game, so you're making me make my own. Like, yeah, I also don't like simulation stuff. I think it's weak. It's a weak ass storytelling mechanic.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, now I'll stick well. I'll stick with LA Noir.
I wonder if anyone's like.
fair enough.
Did we say what the theme is this week, or did we?
Oh yes, the theme is.
Oh wait, or can they guess it?
Yeah. Can you guess what the theme between all these games are? Yeah, I just think LA Noir has like a really interesting like development cycle, just because everyone involved making that game was a massive cunt, or like all
And
of
it
the
ended up like
all
Jaws.
of the higher ups. But I remember all that, like, you know, you'll be able to see subtle facial cues, and then it like cuts to someone going like,
Have you seen the one where like
when they're
someone
lying to you.
takes that and then they do the thing where like they put animations plus 4,000 as like the lips are up.
Oh, yeah.
They're so
But I
good.
mean, like, I think they just had to make it so obvious because, like, I assumed that they expected the majority of people to be playing it would be morons, which fair enough, they probably were. So you need to make it really obvious, but at the same time, it was quite impressive. Like, I think I have actually went back and played it a few times. I think I've finished it maybe twice. I really fucking hate the protagonist.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Cole Phelps or whatever
Phelps,
the fuck his name was, and then at some point you just switch to that fire marshal guy.
Well, that's
that he-
because like Cole Phelps ends up
Yeah.
being a bit of a
who I
dubious
also
bastard,
hated.
man.
Yeah, if it had better protagonists, it would be a better game. But I would rather go back and play LA Noir than
You
I
know,
would
I think it
Saints Row.
felt like it was trying to be the Untouchables and got it vastly wrong.
I don't really like the Untouchables either, so that makes sense.
But it felt like that's what was aping. It's like we're going to try
Yeah,
to make the Untouchables
yeah.
game,
Because it
and
was,
then just veered off from any of where the like, Untouchables had charm.
it didn't quite have like the style or like the substance of a Rockstar game, because like, you know, as much as I don't like them, they do have, you know, they know what they're doing when it comes to this kind of like open world protagonist stuff. But this was a Team Bondi game, and they were like, we will make this game and you will just sell it. So if anything, they probably could have used a little bit more involvement from Rockstar
Yeah.
to be like, we're going to steer you in a certain direction. Your protagonist is fucking horrible, like, he's not likable. He just yells at everyone. And then, like, what is it, like halfway through the game you have to go cheat on your wife or something, and you're like, I don't
Yeah,
wanna
it's like
do
a story
this.
beat. It's like, it's
fuck
time to
off.
go, it's kind of time to go fuck someone. It's not my wife.
Yeah, it's
now.
like, go fuck this singer at this bar, and then you're suddenly controlling someone else that you've met in one flashback. You're like, what's going on? But
Welcome back, team.
sure, why not? Central, those games became fairly repeatable after the third one, I think.
Yeah, I think this is where where I tried to make this where I tried to make this difficult. I tried to give you two very mundane games.
Yeah, that's a very astute description of those two games, that they are very mundane.
Yeah. Last one, which is actually really easy.
Yeah,
It's really easy.
Yeah. What are you picking?
Well, let me tell you, I'm really into Fallout. No, Metro Exodus.
Have you even played Metro Exodus?
Yes, I can.
Right.
Got it free with one of the PSN games, or it was either that or Epic, but I played it.
Right.
Yeah.
I fucking love Fallout. No, so
You done the same thing I did?
I fucking love Metro. I think it's one of the best.
I think it's great. It
series.
terrifies me.
It is that third one was horrifying.
It terrifies me, and I'm not good with horror. But I love the game. So
it was horrifying and how scary it was.
Yeah,
like
I like the mechanic where you can use bullets as currency and stuff.
Yeah. But
you know,
just stand up shooting people.
It's like I can super kill him, or I can like buy something later.
I suppose like to keep like the skill level the same, it probably should have been like a Fallout New Vegas versus like maybe the first Metro, because like Metro Exodus is the third one, and they had worked out all of their stupid mechanics, and they were gone by the third one. So like mechanically, Metro Exodus is like the best Metro
I was giving
game.
you a softball with this one.
Okay. Well, I suppose like I guess people would say that Fallout New Vegas is mechanically the best Fallout game.
Yeah.
Because it was made by Interplay and not stupid fucking Bethesda.
Yeah, it was. Actually, was it not Obsidian?
Obsidian. It was Obsidian. What am I talking about? Interplay.
I think Interplay came out of Obsidian came out of Interplay. Like Interplay, like staff members from Interplay broke off and made
Interplay were like
Obsidian.
They were that weird company that was trying to claim rights to the multiplayer version of Fallout. Which so Interplay in a way is partially responsible for us getting Fallout 76. Fuck Interplay. Fuck the shit out of them.
Fuck that.
Metro Exodus was a fucking great game. I'm still angry that I got the bad ending. I didn't know that I got the bad ending until I looked it up. I was like, I didn't even know there was more than one ending. Like my Artyom, was it Artyom or your fucking wife? My fucking wife died at the end of the game, and like it's one of the few games where like you literally spend the entire game like the story happens and then you go and talk to your wife about it. So like you fucking talk to that wife, but I got incredibly attached to the wife like the whole way through like this. What was it, like a 65-hour game? She's cute, little cutie patootie.
This cute wife.
And then she fucking died at the end because I fucked up. I looked up the list of things that you have to do. The list of things you have to do to get like the good ending, and it was like one or two with like arbitrary things that I had missed 30 hours before. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't even fix this now. I was raging. This was so raging. She died.
Just Twitch being a bitch. Our feed's fine.
Twitch bitch. Yeah, Metro Exodus. The Metro series. I would take Metro over Fallout any day.
Yeah.
Fuck Fallout. Fallout's shite.
Yeah. Fuck that game.
Like 3 was pretty good, but
fuck that game.
That's fuck Fallout New Vegas or 4. I don't care. Fuck that shit.
We are doing skippable cutscene. It looks like Twitch has like returned back to
Should we?
functionality.
We'll chance it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll chance it. It means we are on the skippable cutscene now, though.
We're on the third segment. We're hitting 11 o'clock, and we're just going into the third segment. This is
you
a
can
late
tell
one.
this has been a long boy just because of the technical difficulties. But
Not our fault.
Not our fault at all.
Twitch's
Definitely
fault.
not. It's definitely Twitch's fault.
I should be able to use my headphones now, so give me a second.
So I'm going to ask people if you want to participate in the next season of Skippable Cutscene. You can. We have revamped how Skippable Cutscene is going to work. So it's going to be point system 1, 2, and 3 instead of 5, 3, and 1.
Could we do a wee audio test?
Yes, of course we can.
Let me
something.
So I can say
Music for you.
Okay, no.
So I'll keep that on until we're done, until you get yourself fixed. But yes, just to explain the rules to you guys. So with the new revamp of the system, we're going to be having essentially point system of 3, 2, and 1. We're still going to keep it at 10 games, and our league champion, our season champion from season 1, Ocean, is allowed to play, but
Is he here?
he should be here. Ocean is allowed to play, but Ocean works with the season. The previous season handicap, and the previous season handicap means that all points that Ocean gets are immediately halved by the end of the round.
He was too fucking good.
This will be a thing though. If you're a champion, the next season you get your points halved.
You have to work extra hard.
You have to work to retain the championship, to get the brand new mug, because this is going to be a new mug.
Oh shit!
This is going to be a different mug.
It's gonna be a different mug with a different design.
Different mug, different design. He's got his winner's mug.
A sexier design.
So it's a different mug, new sexy design off that mug. but like Ocean will
It's
be in
actually
a very specific handicap.
The season 2 winners mug is just a shirtless photo of us two.
Yeah, we're going to be shirtless on that mug, so you better be ready for it. So, guys, I'm going to ask you right now. I want you to refresh your player right now if you want to participate. Get your test whispers in if you want to participate. But this is where we go. Now he wants that mug too. You got to work for it, Ocean.
You got to work for it, boy.
We got to refresh.
I'm pretty refreshed myself, like.
We got test whisper in, testing 1 2 3 from the league champion. The league champion.
Can we give him some kind of like? Can you give people like custom like Twitch badges?
I wish only put custom Twitch badge I can give us the VIP one, and he's already got that because he's a very important person.
God
in the stream.
damn it, he is very important.
But yes, guys, get your test whispers in. For anyone who's not aware of what we're doing, if it's your first time here, Skippable cutscene is where we play a 10 to 15 minute segment of a cutscene from a video game, and you try and guess what that game is.
10 to 15 seconds.
Did I say minute?
Yeah.
My apologies. 10 to 15 seconds.
We're gonna play the first 15 minutes of 7 games.
See that cutscene, the last 20 seconds. I'm gonna play 15 minutes of it. No, 10, 15 seconds of a cutscene, guys. And we basically I'm going to move this up because no, that's good there actually. We got our test whispers in. What I want people to do, if you want to participate in it, you've got to whisper my account. The first person to whisper and gets it right gets 3 points. Second one gets 2. Third one gets 1. Anything after that, there's no points.
Yeah.
And this is your opportunity to then obviously try and win yourself the greatest of mugs. Am I allowed to participate since it being a mod now? You're allowed to participate. We don't mind the mods participating. In fact, the other mods have participated before.
If I was in the chat, I would be participating, but I already know the answers. So
we got Ben in here for a test.
You got is that your boy Blade? Is that Blade Man? I say
Blade Man's gone in for a test whisper as well. He wants a winner's mug.
He wants that mug. He wants that mug.
We're going to do a new season every 3 months.
Every
3 months, so once a quarter.
The quarter sounds pretty good.
So by the end of March, we will determine season 2's winner.
Every 3 months, because you can split that up into 4 quarters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, right. Do you want to send us over? Trying to close my Sims down so it doesn't lag my PC. Fair enough. We're going to give you 20 seconds to refresh. If you want to do me the honor, sir, and do it screen on screen, that would be much appreciated. I heard the swish. Did you hear that swish?
I swish.
Yeah, swish. So yes, guys. We're gonna give it 10 seconds now. Obviously, you guys are on like a 2 or 3 second delay, so we'll give it a little bit here.
Remember, fingers at the ready. It doesn't have to be like the correct spelling, but it has to be the correct game. So if it's game 2 or 3 of a franchise, or if it has like a subtitle, we need that full title. We need that number.
Yeah, we're not going to penalize you for a spell mistake, but we will penalize you for a lack of the right entry.
If you can like say for instance, if it was like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, you can type THPS3. You don't have to write out Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Like
smart tactics, guys.
Yeah,
but
abbreviations.
The abbreviations have to make sense.
Yeah,
you can't just start literally going. You can't just start like putting, I don't know, like
if it's like Half-Life 2, HF2 doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah,
but
like it has to be like an accepted internet wide acronym.
No smashing your face on the keyboard and just saying you spelled it wrong.
We got our whispering. It was swish. Right, guys, we're getting ready. The first one. Look at that.
Season 2, boys.
So loud.
It's still very loud in here. Like
it's still loud for us. This is the double pointer, by the way.
This is your double pointer.
That is the wrong thing.
That is the script.
Behold, in darkness.
Oh, we've already got 2 right answers. The Blade Man's coming in first for 3 points.
That's 3 right answers there. Isn't that so wicked in with the
Oh my
final
goodness. Do we already have 3 right answers? So we've got Blade Man coming in, blasting us with the right answer. He gets himself 3 points. Ocean coming in right there at second, getting himself 2 points. Buddy's got the handicap, so it's down to 1.
Oh my god.
And we have Not So Wicked coming in with another 1 point, putting her on level playing ground with Ocean because of the
My
handicap.
God, they're
Look
like,
what that
they're
handicap
like the
does to
same
these
person
guys.
now. Like that's
It's
crazy.
this is the great equalizer has came into effect.
None of this 5 point bullshit. We went wrong. we
None of this 5 point bullshit.
That was the wrong call.
That was the wrong ass call, and we realized because after a while, and we'll just give you a little bit inside baseball. Ocean had 100-point lead on people.
Yeah, we bricked his points at one point, and he still fucking won by like 30 points.
No, he still won by 100 points.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you're too fucking good, you madman.
This one I think is going to be.
this will be a tricky one.
This will be a tricky one.
Maybe this should have been the 10 pointer.
Oh, Ocean's
What do you
coming
know?
on
What
with
do you
that.
know? Ocean knows what it is. To be fair, I've never played this game, and I know what it was. So that may not be. Hopefully, it's not that hard.
Maybe I should have put this as our double pointer. Which reminds me, I was double pointer, so I put Ben at 6, and then Ocean technically at 4.
Yeah. And that's
but
wicked at 2.
but still, it's still a great equalizer, and the point system still messes up. We're going to
The
go free
great-
again. We do go for the cutscene a few times if we don't get free right answers. Oh, we got free answers here. Oh, we have one more space left. Ben,
Yep.
you did get it wrong, sir. So, Ben, you don't quite have it yet.
Ben, that is a wrong answer.
That is a wrong answer, Ben. If you
But
want to...
I suppose you're in the right ballpark.
You're in the right ballpark, though. You're definitely in the right ballpark. The ballpark, you're in it. Oh, and Dean comes in snagging that last point.
It was Sunset
It
Overdrive.
was Sunset Overdrive. God damn. Good fucking guess, though, because especially with the zombie motif, I could see why he would have said
Yeah,
Left
yeah.
4 Dead there. That makes 100% sense. Right, let's go into the... Oh, we can skip this now, because like technically we've already watched it, and we already got all our right answers. Where is this? Okay, there we go. Don't think I ever played it. It was
No,
it was an Xbox One exclusive / PC.
Aye, so a lot of people never fucking played it, unfortunately.
Oh, we have already 2 answers coming in here. Oh my God! The whole
Dear-
stream just lit up there.
Dear Lord.
Dear Lord, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm going to have to pause that. Mr. Gore was first in there like swimwear.
Yep.
I've got the wrong thing clicked. Jesus, and then we have Dean hitting with the 2 points. Oh, gee, this is a
then-
way more
Yep.
competitive league this year.
And then Not So Wicked in third.
Lots of wicked and fair. Jesus, yous all got in there like
Yep.
swimwear, but them guys got
Ocean,
in.
you were in their 4th.
You're in their
and,
4th, Ocean.
Ben,
yeah.
you were in their 5th.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so that was very obviously Fallout 76% complete.
That was 76% complete. These are all the guys they're bringing it this season. I'm loving it.
We did put the vault number in the.
I put that
trailer,
in
yeah.
place. I put that for specifically in there.
But a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very
Oh no! We got 3 wrong
Oh.
answers so far.
Oh, come on,
We have
Ocean.
1 right answer, and that's Ocean.
Ocean coming
Ocean's
in.
got the right answer.
He changed his answer. There's Mr. Gore with.
Oh my God! Right. Oh my God! No, we have like. Mr. Gore came
yeah.
in with the right answer the second. I'm going to give the points to Ocean. He got the right ansse the first time.
He did, yeah. And then
He got the
changed
right
it
answer
to-
the first time and then changed it to the wrong answer, but
There's-
we'll take it.
There's
And
Dean.
then Mr. Gore came in was second, and then did
And
Dean
then
come
Dean,
in
yeah.
with Dean came in with the last one. Some of my dungeons, I don't know. That was The Witcher. That was The Witcher,
Witcher
3
3.
specifically.
The third
The
Witcher.
third Witcher.
And it's-
The third Witcher.
And it's comic book opening cutscenes.
It is a wild one. These are all just these were all like, this is the thing. This is why it's so important to get that right. It's so important to get that number right because you all were throwing in the right franchise, just not the right number.
No wrong games. Everyone
wrong
knew,
games.
Everyone knew it was The Witcher.
Are you
but
loving how competitive this season is
this
so
is
far?
great. This is much close. Everything's much closer now.
4 billion connected devices now serve as collection points, mapping and recording our daily
This is something you've played.
I played this quite a few times.
Oh, you played this on stream?
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
We have got
Oh.
3 wrong answers
This
so
is-
far. We have 4
Oh.
wrong answers.
Oh, we're getting close though.
building a complete digital profile.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh no!
It's so aggressive right now. We got 1 right answer so far. Dean's got the right answer.
Dean's in with the first right answer.
Dean is in with the first right answer.
These
He's
are
secure.
all in the right ballpark, but try your.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
not so
oh,
wicked
shit,
coming
not,
in with 2 points.
Not so wicked having a very strong.
She's got a strong start this season. Ocean coming in with that last point though. Ben, you had the wrong entry insert.
It was Watch Dogs
2.
It was 2 dogs being watched.
It was 2 dogs being watched. The giveaway there, guys, was that it said San Francisco, which the first one actually is based in Chicago. Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh, you guys are aggressive this week. I'm loving it. You've never played it, Ben. Jeez.
A good round. Everyone's
ready for it. We're hot, ready to trot.
Everyone's ready to fuck.
Born into this hell have no remembrance of anything else. Those who survived.
You dirty cunt.
So I dingo it, my baby.
I think I ate my fucking baby.
Fucking baby.
There's two
right answers.
for this
Ben
one.
coming in with the right answer for the first one.
Wow.
Ben and then Dean. Dean coming in.
Ben, Dean, and then Ocean.
And then Ocean making some motion.
It was, my name is Max, and my world is blood.
My name is Max, and I dingo at my baby.
And a dingo fuck my baby. So a lot of right answers for that one.
A lot of right answers. Not So Wicked just came in a little bit late on that one.
Yeah.
Just a little bit late on that one.
Yeah, I figured like the end of that one is
Give
when
it away.
you obviously know when it's Mad Max.
Yeah,
'cause
that
it,
was
like,
There's a little bit in there, you know.
Yeah.
Dingo at my fucking baby.
Maybe we should say. Actually, you know what? I'll wait until we're done with the trailer, and then we'll we have a different way of doing it this season that we haven't talked about yet, but we'll talk about that after.
Yeah. We waited, guys.
It's Mike from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Mr. Gore,
Mr.
right
Gore,
in there. Oh, there's Ben as well.
And Dean, yeah.
And Dean, yep.
So Mr. Gore coming in 3, Ben coming in with a 2,
See,
and Dean coming in with a 1.
when I was looking at this yesterday, like even I got the wrong subtitle for this just because
It's very easy
so
to do
many
so.
of them now.
It's
Like,
so
oh,
easy to
fuck's
do
sake.
so. For anyone who didn't know, that was Batman's Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Just want to give a big shout out to Mr. Mascot there. The mascot being a beautiful soul.
What up, you boy?
Mad Max was actually a really good game.
Lovely mascot
I
coming
actually
in.
really enjoyed Mad Max.
Mad Max is good stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what's this?
Well, what's this fishy shit?
This was just literally who could type those words the fastest.
Yeah, we already got 4 right answers. So Ocean comes in with this one. God damn, where is Ocean number 2 in there? I'm gonna have to just pause this here while I get
Yeah.
the points down here. So
it's
Ocean.
Mr. Gore, and then Ben.
Okay, so let me just get this down right.
God,
so
you motherfuckers are neck and neck this week. This is ridiculous.
Ocean and then Mr. Did I put 6? So that's
Yeah, you
not
did,
the
yeah.
right value. Why is it saying 6? Oh, that's why it's saying 6.
You're typing 6.
Ocean, Ben. It was Ocean and Ben. Yeah, Ocean and Ben, then Dean. Okay, so Dean, give him the 1 point.
It's
there.
Norman Reedus and his funky fetus.
Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Yep.
That was Death Stranding, guys. That was an easy one. We went easy on that one. Right, that's what it was. Yes, Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Norman Reedus and his funky fetus. Presented by Hideo Kojima. Ride with Norman Reedus. Here is this game I hate.
This is a game you really cannot stand.
Look at this mute motherfucker.
Look at this, like, naked child.
I want full titles. I want full specific titles.
Oh my god, we have like so many, so competitive this week.
Holy shit, maybe we should put 4, 3, 2, 1 or something instead.
No, I like it. This is competitive. That
Yeah,
was first out of the gate was actually Not So Wicked, and then she put the right thing in, and then she fixed the title.
Yeah,
she got the right game from the get go.
That was probably because I said I want the full title, so that was my bad. But you were in first anyway. It was
in there like swimwear,
Yeah.
and then it was followed by Mr. Gore and then Ben. So
Yeah.
get Ben that wee point in there. Mr. Gore is. Oh, this is such a competitive week.
Ooh.
This is
Oh
such
my
a competitive week.
1, 2, and 3 are just like a few points.
Oh, I'm loving this week. Okay, I'm so glad we reevaluated our point system
Yeah.
here because like this is making shit so much more fucking. It's just so much more interesting now.
Pachow.
I wonder if they can guess what the theme was though.
It's Force Unleashed, yeah.
Yeah, it's Force Unleashed. How'd you get it?
It's Force Unleashed 3.
We had 2 right answers. We have 2 right answers. It's Ocean making the motion.
There will be a third one. There you go.
And
there's your 3 right answers.
And there's our 3 right answers.
Walking Dead Season 2.
Guys, that is us done. We've free red answers. Not so wicked. It was Days Gone. It wasn't Dead by Daylight, but I could see how you'd make that confusion.
I can see how you would think that was
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight.
It's definitely got like
Yeah,
that
it's
zombie
actually,
aesthetic.
it's
going
actually
for
just
it.
a new season of Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy new
Yeah.
season, guys. But that was season 2. Our first episode of season 2
Yeah.
of Skippable Cutscene, guys. This is incredible. Like, we're talking. So, just to give you a heads up of where you're standing this week. So, for this week, the first episode of season 2's Skippable Cutscene, Ben Blademan coming in with a crisp 16 points in second place. First place, though. Oh no, wait.
Because you have to have his
Oh,
points.
he's in first place. Ben's in first place actually with 16 points.
Yep.
I've just forgot.
Yeah.
So we have Ben in first place with 16 points. If Ocean did not have his handicap,
he would have won.
been-
But he only won by 2 points.
He only
though,
won by 2
and
points.
not 13 points.
So Ocean before the handicap had 18 points, but because of his half handicap, because he is season champion, he's down to 9 points this week.
I
I don't feel guilty. He won last season. I don't feel that guilt. God damn it!
I feel kind of guilty
I
about
don't.
half his
I don't.
points. Like,
The man. Can't
okay, all right, fair enough.
you get that guilt out
So
of it.
it's-
So that
it's
in second place
yeah.
then puts actually Mr. Gore with 13 points, and then in third place with 11 points it's Dean, and then in fourth place it's actually Ocean with 9.
Oh yes, and then
'Cause-
not so
and
wicked.
then not so wicked with 8.
Yeah.
That was an incredibly neck and neck
A very
set
tight,
of results.
Yeah, a very
That was
tight round. See what we're gonna do for this season of Skippable, just to make it a little bit easier on us, I suppose, and to make it a little bit easier on you. Well, they went so fast because they didn't need to be repeated because everyone got them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a theme. So for instance, yeah, there you go, Mr. Gore got it right. The theme for these games were open world. We're gonna actually just try and make them a bit easier. Like, we picked a couple of real, like, you know, obscure things in the first season that just kind of held everything up, and you know, it didn't really help anyone. So we figured if we do pick games that actually are not really easy, but easy enough, and if they all follow a certain theme, then it at least means that, like, maybe 90% of the people watching will know what game it is.
Yeah.
And they'll all be able to get on it.
And here's the thing as well. We also incorporated the theme into our head-to-head this week.
Yeah. So we're we'll keep one obscure game in at least for, like, the 10-pointer, but we'll try to get them to follow a theme. So at least if you're not entirely sure what the exact game is, if we tell you the theme, you might be able to, you know, like, hazard a decent guess at it or something like that, you know, kind of like why we're going. So hopefully this second season will just be a bit easier on everyone, and that means that at least the majority of people will be able to get involved.
Yeah.
Instead of just,
Because
you know,
we
a
want to
few.
keep it as, like, this week was super competitive, and I think it's, like, that showed by our design choices of having a theme, keeping it super simple,
Yeah.
and reducing the points.
And look at how tight it was.
And
Everyone was fucking whapping those
Everyone was
answers in.
whopping it, and man, we want people to fight over the mug. We want you to fight for this mug.
This ain't Countdown.
This ain't Countdown.
This is a mug that fucking matters.
We don't have Carl Vorderman.
I wish we did though, but
We
it's not
did.
even it's not even Carol Waterman anymore. It's like
They don't even have Carl Vorderman? Fucking hell.
It's some wee blonde girl now.
She like Carl Vorderman though?
She's much more attractive.
We don't have her.
No.
But we're going to have better mugs.
We do.
You're not going to get a clock. You don't need for a clock. You can't drink out of a clock. You can drink out of a
Well, I
mug.
suppose
though.
you could if you really tried. Like,
It's more efficient to drink out of a very good looking mug.
that's true. That is much more efficient.
So
Rachel Riley is her name apparently.
Right, okay. Fucking hell.
I'll take your word for that. I don't know.
I did not know that. But yeah, like that was this week's skippable cutscene, guys. I'm hoping you enjoyed it. I'm just excited that it was so much more competitive.
Yeah, hopefully-
it genuinely made me happy. Next week's theme, should we tell them what it is?
Go ahead.
It's gonna be first person shooters. And I'm going to be very clear about this here. When we say first-person shooters, I'm not going to throw in some curveballs like Skyrim, where you can technically first-person shoot with the bow and arrow.
The crossbow.
I'm going to make this very, very. I'm going to be very honest up front. It's going to be FPS games that are your primary function of method of killing is with a gun.
Yeah, no Call of Duty games. Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe
You never
not.
know. And so I'm going to rip into the tapestry of FPS games, and you want some obscure ones? I've got one or two obscure ones.
I can think of a couple of very obscure first-person shooters.
But we're gonna have some easy ones, and then we're gonna have like I've already got one in mind that it could be our double pointer, but I won't say it aloud. And
is it Operation Flashpoint?
No.
Okay, that'll be my one then, because
Okay.
people will forget that I just said that, and we'll put it in anyway.
So it's gonna be one of those ones where like that'll be next week's theme, and then obviously next week we'll announce the following week's theme, and we'll announce the theme every week to you guys ahead of time, just so you guys, if you want to earn that mug, you can maybe you be a little bit dirty, maybe you just do a little bit of research, maybe you just do a little bit of homework, maybe you just,
instead of making it kind of like a slightly not an elitist thing, but like the first season was a lot. It's like some of the weeks were very tough. Like some of the weeks were just like, oh fuck, nobody got any of these fucking games, just because it's games that maybe we thought were quite easy, just because we played them, and we played I think combined maybe every game under the sun we've maybe played at one point. Like
me and you combined have touched a lot of like I've went like what you can cover on like the Nintendo consoles, I can cover on PC for a lot of things.
Yeah,
like we have like this weird sort of like weird divergent line. Like we definitely played the PS together and the Xboxes. And then I kind of diverge and have like a lot of PC knowledge.
Yeah,
some Dreamcast,
I adore
and you diverge and have a lot of
I adore obscure B tier PS2 games. Yeah, which is where most of my rare games come from.
GameCube and Nintendo things like you kind of verge off in that direction. Yeah. Where like between the two of us, we have like a lot of
we can cover a lot of shit.
We cover a lot of ground with our experience, if you know what I mean. Doing homework, I got you. Slips John a 20 note. Ooh. It's kind of sexy.
We do take bribes. 100% take bribes.
Take bribes.
For instance, if anyone makes that Lost Planet cover, you'll win next week. We'll just put you at the top of the leaderboard, even if you don't pick any, even if you don't guess any games. Or you know what? We'll just give you the answers beforehand, so you can just
we'll still be a cheat sheet.
You can slide in there, just copy and paste your answers in first.
Yeah. We're in our free for all.
Our cooldown segment.
This has been this podcast today was a bit more hectic than me and you were anticipating.
A bit chaosy,
just because we didn't expect to have so many fucking Twitch issues. Like, it wasn't even our issues, guys. Not like there's no issues on the stability side for our equipment or anything. Just Twitch kind of had like a little shit fit for the first hour.
I was sitting there, I was talking about my disaster movies, when in turn Twitch was being
its own disaster.
It was being a disaster movie in and of itself.
Yeah. We're going to be doing Friday next week, so Friday 8:00. We are going to be moving to the Friday.
Yep.
That's going to be.
We'll try Friday.
We're gonna try Friday. I'm gonna offer a level of transparency with this here as we move into 2021. We're hoping this year gets better. There's, fingers crossed, touching wood. We hope that society somewhat regains back some of its independence, and
eventually people are going to want their Saturdays back.
Me and you don't mind giving up a Saturday, but we have friends and they want to see us sometimes on a Saturday, and it's just nice to know that like a Friday, we can sacrifice a Friday because you're working on a Friday, and then you kind of just
go home and you
I'll
sit in Friday. I'll
sit on Friday and I'll do something on the Saturday night. But like we're trying to future proof it to make sure that what we're doing is, makes us so that we still have a personal life of our own, but then still obviously gives the podcast its own unique day and identity and flavor.
Yeah.
It's not to say we couldn't stream on a Saturday. Like, you never know. Like, if we're not doing anything on a Saturday, I might just be bonus streaming. If I don't go out, I could be doing a wee stream. And who's to say Cosmic Bacon Tower doesn't come down for like a wee retro night or a VR night or something, or like maybe because we are friends outside of this goddamn podcast and channel.
As shocking as that may be to some people.
And maybe like once in a blue moon that happens and stuff. So it's not to say that we won't be live on a Saturday in a different format. Maybe once every like 6 or 7 weeks or so or whatever. Just as or maybe even I just maybe there's a solo stream. Yeah, you never know. Like we could do stuff like that there. You never know. Maybe we just do like a just chatting stream. Maybe we just sit and drink and just talk.
We go into the dangerous.
I go into the dangerous waters
danger zone
alone, but I
just
don't.
Chatting.
I'm not a target for the danger,
right?
Because I don't look like an attractive
you don't have like
young girl.
You don't have a big pair of titties.
I don't have breasticles that most of the oglers of Twitch would like to look at.
Okay.
So
safe.
I'm safe in that sense.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent,
Because
yes.
like no one's really safe.
I mean, like,
just chatting.
I mean, there's a reason why we've increased a little bit of our mod staff recently is because
A little bit of extra cover.
a little bit extra cover. It's as well. It's like one of our mods is literally sitting here with me right now.
Yeah.
That's
me.
RL as RL's a stalwart of the mod team. The man. I've been.
He's the
keeper.
He's the key master.
The keeper of the 7 keys, as
Yeah.
I call him.
The key master from Ghostbusters.
Yeah. But like even that guy has like a life, and sometimes he needs to step away from the machine to do things in his real life, and it leaves us a little bit modless in that sense. And you know, it's I can't expect mods to be here every fucking stream. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
People have lives, so obviously I will be increasing the mod staff strategically. People who make sense to be a mod, people who've been here for a while, people who are sensible. I might increase the mod again by an extra person. Just depends. We'll see how it goes. But Not So Wicked has been around since like again we said it. She's been here before the channel was here.
Yep. Even before you were born.
Even before I was born. Like she existed before I was born.
Like in the void.
Spiritually, she
Just
was like
waiting.
She was using
Waiting.
next level witchcraft to literally exist in the ether.
Yeah.
And was already sitting in my
You know,
Twitch
like,
channel
you know-
before it even existed.
You know that whole thing about like what existed before the Big Bang?
Yeah.
It was just her.
Just her
waiting.
conjuring fate
Just
and
sitting there
and
waiting to be a mod.
just conjuring all sorts of machinations from the other side.
Yeah.
And so obviously, it's someone again, someone that we know, we trust, we talk to. At least I definitely talk to at least once a week in some sort of voice capacity. So it's someone I know I can trust. Along with RL, obviously, and obviously we got the other mods as well. Like we see Ben in there, but Ben's got his own streams. Sometimes Ben's streaming, right?
That's true.
Ben's streaming. He can't be modding. Titanium's streaming. He can't be modding.
Can't do two things at once. We're not women.
No.
For God's sake.
We don't have those exceptional skills. So like it is something like we will be increasing, like just looking at that stuff there as well, just to make sure we're keeping ourselves right.
Apparently Ben doesn't stream.
You don't stream? I could have swore I saw him stream like 2 weeks ago. I literally could have swore I saw
That's
him
not
stream
him, it's
2
his
weeks
twin
ago
brother.
playing COD.
That's his twin brother Benjamin.
It's twin brother Benjamin. Know what you could see Ben do though? I don't know if you know this, but Ben has just released his first synthwave album onto Spotify. I don't know if Ben wants to. I don't know. Maybe put the link into the goddamn chat.
Could we get a link?
Maybe we get a link in the chat.
I would listen to that.
I can get a wee link. It's his first run, on the old. It's his first run of his first album, so I will get the hottest link in there if you want to check out his jazz.
As someone who's making a game at the minute who needs a soundtrack,
So Ben has worked on it's his first foray into the synthwave world. It's a bit of a how I would describe it. I was listening to it yesterday, and the best way to kind of describe it is kind of like it's kind of like a cheese platter of synth. Like he's taken he's like a few different approaches. A little bit of outrunning there, a little bit of like chiptune stuff, a little bit of fucking dark wave in there, a little bit of like retro wave in there. He's kind of just like a little mixed bag, kind of like a it's like a mix up, like a tempi mix up.
Tempi mix up of music.
Tempi
Like
mix up
that.
of synthwave.
Here's a question though:
Yeah.
How much is his Tempi mix up now?
A tempi mix up these days probably like £2.
It probably is like
Yeah.
at least 50p maybe or
Yeah,
something.
at least 50p. Yeah.
Mental
Mental.
madness.
But
Has anyone else in the stream made anything? I want to see some creativity of
Yeah.
this bitch.
We have a lot of creative individuals
'Cause
doing
I'm
things. But yeah.
fed up of creating things myself.
But yeah, it's one of those things where you are honest to God.
Ocean, I know you're always creating stuff.
I mean, Ocean has his own channel.
I know. What's he
produces his
talking
own
about?
Videos. I don't know why he's
Fucking
saying that.
madman.
If Ocean wants to put his.
I know he uses Photoshop. He's
Yeah.
He's ignoring our pleas for that Lost Planet cover. I know he is, but he heard it.
He heard
He'll
it.
do it.
I mean, if he wants his modifier
wants
kick off
that-
for 1 week, he'll give us it.
If he wants that cheat sheet, he knows he'll
I
fucking.
mean,
make
anything
it.
in any category. Yeah, it could be art, it could be music, it could be.
What's this about Lost Planet? What was it I said?
Oh, he might have been away again.
It was.
He might have been away at that point because he hadn't come back.
Oh, right.
Fuck.
It was. We were talking about the cover for Lost Planet 2, which was.
It was like.
I forgot what I
Oh my
said.
God,
now.
what did he say?
I forgot what I said. now.
Hell's Keep, thank you very much for the follow, dude.
Thank you, Hell's Keep. Love you.
Love you. But yeah, no. God, we'll have to go back and look at it.
Oh yeah, we'll have to go back and look at it.
and look at it.
I can't fucking remember what I said.
I made a basic bitch Windows app recently. You made
What
a
is
basic
your
bitch Windows
What
app?
does your basic bitch Windows app do?
I think it was something. I remember him talking about that. There was some sort of calculator, if I remember correctly, but it's a calculator for a specific purpose.
For calculating how attractive people are.
I want to see PVG TikTok is one of my. You want to see him TikTok to one of his tunes? I don't have a TikTok.
We're too old for that.
I feel like I'm over 30. If I go to TikTok, I'll be called a
You'll be
pedophile.
mercilessly made fun of by children.
No, I'd be on a sex offender list if I go
Well,
on
that's
TikTok.
it, yeah, but they would make fun of you for that.
I don't know. I the only thing I know of TikTok, I watched like some YouTube videos about like I watch YouTube videos that kind of like just do deep dives on like things that happened, and there was one that went through this like notorious like big pedo on TikTok who was like who was like going on to like these people's like things and doing duets and sending them disturbing fucking like DMs and like weird images and photos and shit. So as a grown adult, I feel awkward with the idea of being on TikTok because I just don't want to be a big fucking creep or perceived as a big fucking creep.
Fair enough, that'll do. Ocean, when this is done, like when the thing is up, the VOD or whatever, I've mentioned the Lost Planet cover several times. I just can't remember what I said the subtitle was.
Yeah, I'm killing myself that I can't remember.
And I can't remember. You may have to go back and look at it, but if you make that, we'll talk about.
Yeah,
we'll talk
we'll
about
move
some
that.
stuff.
We'll move that handicap for a week.
Yeah, well, there you go. We'll remove that handicap for next week, and you'll just shoot right back into first place again.
Only for a week though.
Only for a week though.
You only get accused of being a pedo if you're on Fortnite. If you go on Fortnite, that's not too bad. I mean,
That's
like,
true. There's a really easy way around that. Just don't play Fortnite.
I don't.
Which I don't know about you, but I find that very easy.
Oh, I find it very easy. It's by not installing it
Or buying it or whatever.
You don't buy it; it's free.
Oh, it's free, yeah.
Be a lot of effort. Exactly. You made a lot of effort. That does count to me. If there was pictures of the waffles, I would want to see the waffles.
I mean, like if you make waffles, you're probably not taking pictures of them. You just eat them.
You never know if they're good looking waffles, though.
Maybe.
You know.
Maybe.
Not I need off you though.
What's that?
Big kiss. No wait.
We'll wait until later.
Yeah. Your stew recipe.
Oh yes, that's right.
It's stew season, man. It's cold.
It is actually stew season.
It's stew season.
I'm gonna bust that crock pot out.
I got my crock pot ready. I need that stew, man. I need that.
Well,
stew
I'll tell you
recipe.
what. I usually change a few wee little things
Yeah.
as I make it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Right.
And I'll write down what exactly this version of it is.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give you that.
Write down, send me, and
Yeah.
then you want to do right. I'll cook it before the stream one day.
And we'll just eat stew.
We'll eat stew on stream.
We'll turn all the lights off except maybe
We'll
like
have a cozy cast.
we'll have the
crock pot there.
we'll have Senpai Soundrock and the crock pot in the
Yeah,
background,
yeah.
and that's it. That's where all the lights coming from, and then
Yeah.
just your monitors, and then we'll sip away at some stew as we watch a film on stream.
Yeah, we
Or-
could do that sometime.
We could do
That could be one of the things me, you, and Tara do maybe one of the Saturdays when we move the podcast to the Fridays. You know, I was gonna say Wednesdays.
Eat
The
stew
Fridays. We could like do like watch-alongs in the Discord and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously, we'd have to mute the voice chat audio on the Discord because we're gonna be streaming. But
That's
like,
true, yeah.
but we could always like stream out a movie and watch it together with people on Discord and stream it and chat away and just
We
kind
could
of
do that.
always could be. We could subject ourselves to terrible things like terrible movies that we normally wouldn't watch unless we were like watching with other people.
And that's where I could just come up with something that I think I actually desperately need to see now.
I think if we do the stew thing, that we're gonna have to put a wee apron on
A tiny
it. A wee
apron.
tiny apron.
If you can sew a tiny apron and get it to here somehow, that would just make my week. Like that would be amazing. Would it be a tiny apron with our graphic of Senpai Salrock on the apron,
That would
or
be,
would it just be
that
like
would be
a,
hard.
that-
That you're adding a lot of challenge to that now.
well, like would you not sew the apron and then just like iron a transfer onto it?
I mean, but that's hard to get the transfer. Like you have to. How are you getting that transfer?
That's a fair point. Put a commie burr on the apron, yeah.
I feel like it's one of those ones where I'd be happy if we just had like
Yeah.
just like some it's just some like simple stitching that kind of makes it look like a cute apron.
We need the big dimensions of the salt rock.
We can get those.
You
for
could do that. I'll leave that up to you.
I can
do
get
that.
those for you.
Just measure it.
I got like an IR. Like this is kind of cool. Like the phone is like an IR ruler,
Oh, okay.
and so I can get the dimensions. I tested it out, and it's actually pretty fucking accurate, which is crazy. but like, how do you print that onto it though, Dean? It's all well good having transfer everywhere. How are you getting the original image on?
Yeah, I don't really know how that works. I
Yeah.
think you need like a screen print or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Salt Rock here, but
if you have a Salt Rock there, it's probably the same one.
Vaguely,
it's,
yeah.
it's probably just like an Amazon jobby, and the
Yeah.
rocks are all probably the same size.
Yeah.
They're probably cast out of a cast.
they're probably
like
like
it-
they probably get like they probably like break off bits and
Yeah.
then shave them down to like a rough like.
I doubt I doubt it's like an actual rock. It's probably like they have like a mold or something that they
Yeah.
make something that looks like a rock
Yeah.
out of, and they just use that instead.
But yeah.
You do not have to put a design on it. That was a joke. But if you were to sew a tiny apron for that rock, that would be the best thing
You
I
would
think
love that,
I've
would
ever
you?
seen. Like I would just.
Because we'll put the
fucking love
crock pot there, we'll have
Yeah.
Senpai Salt Rock, and then we'll have. Because the thing is, we'll go over it, we'll just ladle some stew in turbos, and we're eating stew as we like stream.
that. So good. I can't wait to do that.
This is such a fucking idea.
Little winter stew.
It'd be one of those
cast.
things, so I'd have to put it on like 8 hours before the stream starts, so like I'll be putting
That's
it,
true.
I'll be putting it on like maybe 12 in the afternoon, just letting it do its thing in the background.
I think 8 hours is maybe a bit much for a stew. It's probably about 5. Well, I suppose if you have it on
You put it
low-
on like 5, but then you keep it on like that thing where it just keeps warm.
Yeah, it's just warm.
It's just warm.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
How big is the rock? I'll need to get the dimensions.
I mean, like to eyeball it.
I would say that's a solid 10 inches.
But it seems it's my hand.
What the fuck? Do you know the dimensions of your hand, or otherwise that was pointless?
I don't know, but maybe
think-
like 8 inches by.
If it looked like 10, but then it could be given the distance. So maybe 8 or maybe 10 inches tall,
I
but
don't,
maybe
I don't
about.
think I've got a 10-inch hand though, so I don't know.
Don't know. Maybe an 8 inch tall by about maybe like. I'd say maybe like a 4-inch width on that bad boy.
it's more than that.
Yeah, you think so? Bear in mind, it kind of concaves
I know.
in on one side, so
the biggest.
yeah.
Maybe like. I don't know, maybe like 10 inches by 6 inches or something like that.
10 inches by
But
6
it would be
inches.
like squared. So
Well, bear in mind, though, you only have to put like it doesn't. You don't have to cover the full front because you have like a little, maybe like a little string where it's just you tie.
yeah, just
the
make
apron.
it to the scale of one large man's hand, and that'll be fine.
Yeah. One large man's hand.
That'll be fine.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yep.
But yeah. So just to kind of put in perspective, we are going to be going live Friday next week, 8:00. I'll be working on Skippable cutscene tomorrow just to get that out of the way.
Yep.
And get that done and dusted and all that good to go. But I think for how big as the apron part would be, I feel like the apron part wouldn't have to be the whole circumference. I think it just have to cover the front, right? And then you'd have like a little string to tie it around it, like a normal
Yeah,
apron
yeah,
would, because like a
yeah.
normal apron doesn't cover you fully, or
Probably like the apron would probably be about like 10 inches, and then the string would probably be about 14 inches. Just to
yeah,
give
because then you
enough-
just
yeah,
enough
yeah.
slack.
Yeah.
To tie it.
and then maybe like 6 inches wide.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
That'll be-
kind of
Be good.
that would that would make sense dimension wise. Right, I think it's probably time that we love and leave the chat because
Like a big Christmas present. We're
like a
about to
big-
wrap this up.
we're gonna wrap this up before we slap this up because it's like 20 to 12.
Yeah.
We probably should have been done maybe about 40 minutes ago, but obviously with tech faults that probably pushed us behind a little bit. But I understand serious. By the way, I will see what I have lying around. Hey, I'd be really
I'd be
thankful.
very, very, very happy to see a little apron.
I'd be very thankful
For
I'd
The
be
Rock.
Very thankful.
very happy to see that.
But
Be lovely.
but we're gonna love yous and leave yous, guys. Well, I'm back tomorrow with Yakuza action. I'll probably be going live about 2:00, maybe 3:00 at the latest. Just depends how I feel when I wake up in the morning, and getting myself sorted and all that jazz. But what do you have anything you have?
I have to spend all day tomorrow doing my taxes, which is fun.
oh shit, it's that
So,
time of
yeah,
year, isn't
that's
it?
I have a very adult day to worry about tomorrow.
Okay.
So no gaming for me,
No
unfortunately.
game for you. Oof. Well, anything else planned for the rest of the week though, or is it my
Work.
first full week back to work next week?
Yeah, I have to start back at work on Monday, and then I'm working on my secret car game as well.
I had a good look at that yesterday. Gone out there, and Jesus Christ, the fucking amount of that game has came in the last like fucking 8 weeks is wild. Like,
There's a lot of coming.
There's no, but like the amount of progress made is wild. Absolutely fucking wild. I'm really excited to see where this goes. But yes, should we wrap it up then?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, you know how this works. You got to hit that button, and then I'm going to mute the audio so no one can hear us. Okay.
Consider yourself wrapped up, boys.
Have
You'll get a sneak peek maybe in a few weeks. We're on the cusp of a big thing, and then
milestone.
we'll get that done. Then we'll see about it.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Alright, let's go and mute the audio now.
Well, okay.
The-
Muted.
Should be us muted. Nah,
Muted?
yeah.
Right, sweet. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think that's yeah, that's muted. Go.
God, I've had an erection for like the last hour and a half. Like,
Wait, what gave you the erection?
just general interaction with people.
Oh, okay. So you're starting to just get like really hard on the idea of being social. Has 2020 done
Yeah.
that to you?
It's like the fact that I'm a teacher, that makes it really hard.
Right.
I have to like tape it down. It's crazy.
Right. So like tape it down, like what, like gaffer's tape?
Oh
Like-
yeah.
Like, or are we talking like
straight
full
up,
duct tape,
like electrician's tape?
like electrician's tape?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like that really like okay, that really stretchy yellow fucking tape.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
That must rip the pubes off you though.
I don't have any pubes.
Oh yeah, you do. That's why you got the manscape stuff because you that's because you
I
shave.
mean,
your-
like I already shave my pubes, so I would love to be sponsored by a manscaping device.
I've got an idea, right?
Uh-huh.
So I can put a pitch forward to them and email them, see what they do. And I'm thinking, what if we just send like a video of
my
me shaving
shave-
my balls
of my
really
shave,
badly with like a Mac Free turbo or some
Yeah,
shit, like a really
like a
shitty razor.
like a before and after. So
like
the
like show
before-
them show them the process of like what a shit razor can do,
Yeah.
and how much we want to be sponsored by Manscaped. So like they'll see my balls getting ripped apart.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm
So-
gonna take a lot of nicks on this.
Yeah, so like the start is just you with like a really hairy pair of balls, and in the end it's just you with the shaved pair of balls, but you're covered in blood.
Yeah. Like
I think they would appreciate that.
it's like
And
look,
then we could send that same video to
Yeah.
Raid Shadow Legends.
yeah,
and
it's
they'd
like we
be-
got a new
they
monster
would
for
be
your
like,
game.
Yeah, this is the boss for the end of the third level.
Yeah.
that you couldn't figure out before. It's just a giant pair of Irish balls.
Yeah, like
that are
really,
covered in
really
blood.
bleedy though. We could even give them some like some game designs, and the blood gets on them. It's like acid blood,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Or I could make it like a metallic album, like semen and blood.
You want to cum on your own balls?
Triples down sometimes.
Okay, fine. That's alright. Yeah, I think Manscaped would really appreciate that.
Yeah, I
all
think-
of
I
these
think
ideas.
that's- I think
think they would really like that.
I feel like this is gonna be the next way of doing sponsorships. It's just like if we just send companies my bloody balls.
How can we work our genitals into our sponsorship
Yeah,
deals?
it's like
I agree.
I feel like that's where this makes sense.
Yeah,
So
I love these silent production meetings we have. That it's just like,
we always do it nice because we've always got the creative juices flowing.
yeah.
And it's like, we'll forget about it tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
but at least if we get the idea out now in the open, we're not going to forget it, and then I can come back to you
Yeah.
tomorrow. in
Well, I mean, like,
DMs.
I'll be looking at your balls in a couple of minutes.
Can
but
you get the
I'll-
camera ready?
Yeah, but I'll write a letter to the ball fondling people at
There's a bond following people.
Manscaped. Yeah,
Oh,
because
right,
they love
okay.
balls. We know they do.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
we
they
all
got
love
to.
balls. I want to go home. So let's stop this now. Bye, everyone. Love you. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Nah, you're going to cave, you
Mwah,
piece
mwah,
of
mwah,
shit.
mwah.